Distance Nerding.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now experiencing distance nerding. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I am the young Phil. She is Jen the Fray, and he is the Jamez 5000. And we're here.
We're here to nerd
together.
Almost, we were almost there. Okay.
Nailed it for the 243rd time. We're talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, LA Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we're going to talk about it.
That's right. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching on the YouTubes or on, if you're watching live, pretty much hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, guys. We really need to get that reach out there. Listen on your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. Remember, 5 stars helps us so much. Follow us on all the social media places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like to tell us how much you enjoy us or how much you hate us, send us an email. As long as that email that you're sending to is distancenerding@aol.com.
Meet us in the chat rooms.
That's right.
Yep.
Well,
We'll get down on that speculation.
Right.
30-year-old joke. That's fine.
Well, guys, how was your weekend? Because we're going to get into my weekend here in a little bit.
It was good. I went to the fair.
Went to the fair? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
had some lemonade.
That's fair.
And
Lemonade.
You're still drinking lemonade,
had some really bad schnitzel. It was mostly just the crust. Very
that
little.
Fair schnitzel will do that to you.
Schnitzel. Walked around. Yeah, that was about it. Kind of boring. Oh my gosh, K-pop Demon Hunters though, they had a karaoke thing. It was like rows of these microphones and you could sing along, and it was K-pop Demon Hunters. And I thought of you guys when cool. I that. Yeah. And of course we have the big oil guy. Most everybody calls it the Golden Driller. And so I took a picture and sent it to you guys in our group chat and called it Tulsa's ass. So
I did see that.
That was, yeah.
Tulsa's kind of got a flat ass.
Yeah, well, it's like one side is real bulbous and the other side's kind of flat. It's a weird ass.
Tulsa ain't got that big back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just hanging out with Doug Dimmadome, the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
I have no idea
what words are you saying.
So. Dimmadome? What?
You guys don't know that nerd joke reference.
Oh, also,
unless it's in rumors, I don't know.
The Aki Basho ended this weekend, and we caught up on all of it and got to see. And in day 15, it was Yokozuna versus Yokozuna for the title, and the one that was ahead lost, so it went to another bout. They had a tiebreaker bout. It was amazing. It was such a good basho. So if you guys are sumo fans, try and find the Aki Basho stuff on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. Aonishiki, my boy, did so well. I think he's going to get promoted. And Hosho Ryu, who also I love, didn't win. He was the Yokozuna that didn't win, but he was on a tear. He and Ona Sato, who's the other Yokozuna, they both did so well in this basho. So anyway, let's stop talking about sumo, because I could also talk about the Kawhi Leonard scandal and the Clippers, but I'm not going to do that because I've been following that shit. Pablo Torre, he knows what's going on, and I'm all about it. But let's move on.
Jamez, how was your weekend, man?
Don't even ask me about my weekend. I didn't go to LA Comic-Con. I get it. You went. Let's just get to the news.
Not what I was going for, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching The Download.
Sorry, I'm on a sugar high, and I'm on a sugar high, and that's probably why I went into that sumo so hardcore. Was that?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got starting rumors.
We force Bruce into therapy, and Ryan plays with a glow stick.
That's right. The download.
The return of James Gunn's story time. K-pop slays Netflix, and so many fandoms come a knocking.
Of course, rounding out the end of the show, it's the Geek End Update.
We're going to translate LA Comic-Con and look to the future.
That's right. But before we get into all of that stuff, of course, ladies and gentlemen,
But first,
let me get a shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the folks at Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10, that is NERDING10, at checkout, and you will get 10% off your order. All the delicious flavors, all the fun things that are going on with Dubby, guys. It is a fun time, and is a good way to keep you up and focused when you're gaming or when you're podcasting or whenever you're doing anything that requires you to focus even a little bit. So hang out and go check out Dubby, guys. Again, that is www.w.gg and the code NERDING10 at checkout to get 10% off.
Hey, guess
Awesome.
what?
Chicken butt.
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Did you just say chicken butt?
I did.
I swear you and my husband are related. Okay. Anyway, back to the shout out. Distance Nerding is a part of Geek Freaks Network.
Yeah.
Whether you're deep in the lore or just discovering your latest binge, Geek Freaks is the network that speaks your language. Whether you're building Lego, debating casting choices, or still crying over that finale, we've got you covered. We do, because we're here for you. Geek Freaks Network, your fandom, your community, your favorite people. Find out more at gfpods.com.
That's right.
gfpods.com. And I listened to a little something today called Challenge Accepted. Kind of a fan now.
I know. Right?
And somebody on this podcast was on it. Who was that? Who was the little fella
Was it
that
James
was
again?
on the podcast?
Was it James again?
No.
Young Phil, what did you talk about on Challenge Accepted?
All right, so guys, check out Challenge Accepted on the Geek Freaks Network. I was recently on an episode that was just dropped this morning where we talked about
Twisted Metal. Let's
Twisted
talk
Metal.
about it.
Yeah. So Twisted Metal. If you guys have not checked out the show on Peacock, it is really good. We kind of went into the ins and outs of the show and what surprised us about kind of just how good and entertaining the story is, coming from a game that was just about driving around and shooting, right? So it's like they did a really good job of tapping into that lore and making it and making the whole thing, just really good. And we talked a lot about that.
Awesome.
Your episode was a lot more orderly than my episode. You guys had segments and everything. It's like, hey, give us the rundown. Hey, let's do this. And I was like, we didn't have any of that on mine.
He even introduced me at the beginning of the show.
I know. I was like, whoa, Phil got an introduction and everything. What the heck? So that was really funny. But it was
Awesome.
about the same length as mine. So I feel a little bit better about myself now.
We also went on tangents about what was happening at Paramount, and
Halo.
I almost forgot about the Halo tangent that we went on at the end, and both
Yeah.
all right, let's move away from this just because we can both kind of go off on Halo, and we're not going to do that. So
James got a shout out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, everybody can go
So-
check out that shout out at Challenge Accepted. Is it under Geek
Uh,
Freaks
you,
podcast or Challenge Accepted on like Spotify?
It's under challenge.
Big.
Well, I actually saw that it dropped on Instagram,
Mm.
and went to their linked tree and found it that way, and actually listened to it on Apple Podcasts. So you
There
don't,
you go.
you can actually, find it several different ways.
There you go. All right.
So
Well, there we go.
sweet, and that was it.
That was it. That's it for our shout outs for the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh, you know what? Actually, I do have to throw this in the shout outs. We just dropped a brand new episode of Comic Conversations last night. So, for those of you who are not familiar, or maybe what wasn't paying attention, we dropped an episode with Stan Berkowitz from LA Comic Con. Stan Berkowitz is was one of the big writers behind Batman the Animated Series.
Awesome.
Oh,
And Batman
he's
Beyond
the reason
and
we
Superman
love
and
Batman
Justice
so
League.
much.
Gargoyles was another big thing for him. I mean, it was absolutely fun. We've got 3 other interviews that I'm trying to get out by the end of this week, just because I promised the actors that I would have them out by next week because they want to use them for promotion. So
Cool.
I am making an exception. I will be dropping multiple episodes this week. I usually do them weekly, guys. But I because of the promise I made to the actors and because what they're using it for, they want to use it to promote a con in Dallas next week. So
Cool.
be on the
Close to
lookout.
my neck of the woods.
Right, be on the lookout. Tonight's distance nerding, but for the rest of the week, I will be dropping episodes of Comic Conversations.
Awesome.
It's like we're a real podcast.
I know, right? Well, with that being said, it's time to get us banned in Belarus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start.
Oh yeah,
do this.
my favorite part of the show, I think.
Is it dancing to the music and getting lost in Belarus?
Band in Belarus.
Band in Belarus. Band in Belarus. Band in Belarus. Band in Belarus. We're band in Belarus. Band. Sorry.
You should be sorry.
Oh, it's me. Just when you thought the time loop was closed. Tom Cruise might be strapping back into the exosuit for a long-awaited sequel, with filming reportedly set for late 2026. After years of development limbo, Edge of Tomorrow 2 could finally be looping back into production, raising questions about time travel, continuity, and whether Emily Blunt returns to the battlefield. Tacos on the table. Do you believe this sequel's actually happening? Or is this just another rumor stuck in its own developmental loop?
I think it's
another sci-fi Groundhog Day. Okay, let's make it happen.
Yeah, I see it happening. It was a runaway hit. It was one of those things that wasn't really all that big when it first came out, but then once it hit streaming, like everybody loved this movie. So I mean, just I think that a sequel makes sense just because Warner Brothers probably realized like there's enough people asking for this that they should probably do it.
And if they can get Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt back, star power.
Right.
Absolutely. I agree. My tacos are on the table for this. I loved the first one, but I didn't see it at the theater. I saw it streaming and I was like, why didn't I watch this in the theater? What the hell? What was wrong with me? But yeah, it was really good. I loved Emily Blunt in this. I loved her in Devil Wears Prada. Do not get me wrong. Do not misquote me on this. First love, Devil Wears Prada. Second love, this movie.
And then
seriously,
Jungle Cruise.
Yes.
No, then Into the Woods because she sings in it.
Oh, that movie.
And then Jungle Cruise.
No, I've never seen Jungle Cruise.
Well, come on.
It's actually pretty good.
You know who else is in that?
The Rock.
Yes.
What?
So yeah, I didn't watch that. Did you guys see her in with the guy from How I Met Your Mother? How I Met Your Mother, and he's on Shrinking. what's his name? Jason Segel. The movie that she did with Jason Segel where they actually get married, but they've been trying to get married. 5-year engagement or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I loved her in that. Yeah, it was
No-
so cute. It was such a cute little rom-com. I loved her in that.
That was cute. Not as cute as Jungle Cruise. I'll tell you that much.
Jesus.
So
Not the same genre.
just saying. Just saying. Okay, let's keep it going. Who summoned Sam Raimi again? Kevin Feige? We're looking at you. Rumor has it Sam Raimi is in talks with Marvel Studios, but not for Doctor Strange 3. That opens the portal to wild speculation, Midnight Suns, Ghost Rider, a horror-tinged X-Men side quest. Sam Raimi's signature style could reshape any corner of the MCU, and fans are already conjuring dream matchups. Tacos on the table. Do you believe Sam Raimi's really cooking something new with Marvel, or is it just fan-fueled wishful thinking? Sam Raimi coming back. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure Graveyard summoned this. Just to be fair.
That's yeah.
But no, right. I'm all for this. I feel like this is a good idea to bring him in. He has very good horror sensibilities. Midnight Suns would be my first choice for Sam Raimi to direct.
Okay.
Or even potentially Blade.
Oh yeah, who is directing Blade?
They don't have a director anymore.
Oh yeah, maybe. I like that. Yeah, I could see Sam Raimi coming back. They've been really happy with Sam Raimi before the MCU even happened. So I think they're gonna find a way to bring him back. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Marvel Zombies, but like how jump scary that was. I could see him doing some kind of adaptation, more jump scares, just like in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I think they could do something a little on the horror side, maybe. Go ahead.
Done. Are you guys done? And you guys have your tacos on the table?
Please.
Because we're not saying tacos on the table.
My tacos are on the table.
Okay, tacos are on the table.
Yeah, my tacos are also on the table on this.
All right. So here's my thing. You're gonna love it. Probably not. Sam Raimi did a couple of things that weren't horror related. Hercules, ring any bells? Xena, Warrior Princess. Neither one of those ring a bell. Yeah. I want him to do a Hercules movie with Brett Goldstein.
I was going to say,
I don't want it to be horror related. I want it to be a journey adventure.
I knew it was going to be like, I just need an in for Brett Goldstein to get in because he got shelved after that movie.
Oh, I wonder what happened. Apparently it upset him so much he's leaving.
Yeah.
He left the stream. That's fun. Okay, so yeah, no, I thought that would be when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, like he could do. I would love for him to tackle New Mutants in that horror aspect that they did, but actually make it canon. I would love to see something like that. I think he'd be great at that. But I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he did something like Hercules or Xena? So I was like, I'm definitely going to mention that. So yeah, I mentioned it.
All right.
That's what I meant to do.
I'm not against that either. I feel like he is if they're trying to tap into horror. I mean, they can get other horror directors, and they have other horror directors that are not doing horror movies within Marvel.
Yeah.
And Sam does have experience in non-horror related stuff, but I mean, I just kind of feel like horror is his forte, and that's kind of where we would want him.
I just, I think a lot of people look at this and they peg people into one box, and Sam Raimi has done other things. So, I loved Hercules and Xena. I thought it was great. Or both of them were great. But I'm sure it's probably going to be something horror. And he'll probably put some horror in it anyway, because there were episodes of Hercules and Xena that had some horrific things in them. So
yeah,
like a blonde, like Keith Urban. Oh my God. Carl Urban,
Oh,
the blonde Carl Urban as Cupid.
oh God. Oh God. Yes, I do remember that. Oh man, that was bad. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Doom plays puppet master. New whispers tease a villainous vendetta at the heart of Avengers Doomsday, with Doctor Doom allegedly driving a showdown between Earth's mightiest heroes and the X-Men. If true, this could be the MCU's biggest ideological clash yet. Mutant rights versus global defense, with Doom playing puppet master. So, guys, tacos on the table. Do you believe Doom is the mastermind behind Avengers versus X-Men, or is this just crossover clickbait?
Frey, you go
Um,
first.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, let me just break it down a little. I don't think it's gonna be Avengers. I mean, the only time we've seen Doom in canon on screen was, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, then put your fingers in your ears when he in the post credit scene for Fantastic Four.
Mm.
So, I mean, are the Fantastic Four like, are they going to be that persuasive to the Avengers after all the crap the Avengers have gone through? Some of them maybe, but not all of them. I mean, the only one that would just immediately be like, "Yeah, let's hear him out," would be Captain America Steve Rogers, and that Captain America Steve Rogers is no longer an option right now. So I don't know. Unless Doom comes to our world dressed as Iron Man and makes everyone believe that he is back from the dead, do I see the Avengers following him? So my tacos are off the table for this, at Doom playing a role. Now, does he manipulate everybody and it happens? Yeah, but I don't think he plays a role. I don't think he's out front and center for it. So my tacos are off the table.
My tacos are off the table too. I think it's too quick. It's too much to start slamming it all together. Avengers versus X-Men. They could do whatever they're going to do in Doomsday and then hype up another Avengers movie maybe after an X-Men movie or two where you label it X-Men versus Avengers. I think slamming it all together just for Doomsday and Secret Wars, I don't think it's going to happen. So tacos are off the table on this one.
So my tacos are on the table, and here's why. And it's not because I don't feel like it's going to be a direct, he is starting a fight right there. I think it's going to be small seeds being planted in order for there to be distrust. And it's Doctor Doom's way in order to sow distrust from the beginning. I think Doom is going to start like planting seeds that pay off in a later movie. And especially because that's what Marvel did so well in the first couple of phases up until Infinity War, was planting seeds that paid off later on down the road. And I feel like that's what they're gonna do if Doom is gonna be their ultimate big bad. I don't think that these two movies are gonna be where we end with Doom. I think that Doom starts planting seeds now, and especially because they're gonna be introducing more they're going to be introducing X-Men characters in this movie. He's going to be planting seeds against X-Men versus the Avengers and like sowing distrust. And it's not going to be like a direct fight there. He's setting it up for a later movie. So that's where my tacos are on the tables. I don't think he's starting a fight directly. I think he's planting seeds that will pay off down the road.
I guess where my tacos are off the table is I don't think it's going to be an Avengers Doomsday. I'm like with James. I think it's either going to be like Secret Wars or a movie further along.
Well, again,
So that's what I'm saying is I don't think that's going to happen in Doomsday. I think if he is planting seeds, and like you said, I think it's going to be much further along once the X-Men have been really established.
no, like I said, I think he's going to start planting seeds in this and continue to plant seeds in Secret Wars. There's not going to be direct fights with them. There's going to be more where what Doom sets up is that there's distrust amongst all of them. That the X-Men don't trust the Avengers, but they fight. They'll fight with them in order to fight a common goal. But there's like a distrust of like, we don't really trust these guys.
Right.
And I think that that's what's going to happen, and they're just going to build on that going down towards these movies, and it's just going to get it's going to be a snowball rolling downhill. It's just going to get the pressure is going to build and build and build until we get a full on Avengers versus X-Men movie.
And you know who's going to stop that? Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk.
I thought you were going to say
big old snowball. Snowball. He's gonna. No snowball.
Iceman's going to stop it. That's going to be.
Iceman. Iceman makes a ramp. Hulk catches it.
That's right. Let's go ahead and move on.
Fastball special.
Let's go ahead and move on because you're already planting that seed.
Banner spiraling, and the therapy bill's gonna need Stark funding. A new rumor suggests Bruce Banner's next arc will take a darker turn in upcoming Avengers films. Whether it's Grey Hulk, Maestro, Infinity Hulk, or something entirely new, fans are bracing for a more tortured take on the Green Giant. One that leans into rage, regret, and maybe even betrayal. Tacos on the table. Do you believe Hulk's headed for a darker storyline, or is this just some fan theory dressed in gamma radiation? Graham cracker crust.
My tacos are on the table for this. I could see, and we kind of saw the way Hulk can be selfish. It was that was in Infinity War, right?
Infinity War is where you start kind of seeing him be a little selfish.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get more of that and more turmoil with Hulk and Bruce Banner, but I think next time it'll be the Hulk taking over. Like, all right, Bruce, you had your chance. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me.
My tacos are also on the table. I think a lot of it is also there has been a lot of fan backlash in the sense of fans enjoyed Smart Hulk, but he has kind of occupied the space for too long, and people want to go back to Savage Hulk, especially after seeing, for all the and you guys kind of heard me say this on Challenge Accepted, but for all the negative comments people had for Brave New World, one of the things that people really did like was the Red Hulk showing up and seeing a savage version of the Hulk again.
Right.
So I think that is, especially with the Russos, I'm sure they kind of like see this and are like, okay, we need to move back in the direction of a Savage Hulk. And whether that is, I don't think we're going to get Planet Breaker Hulk, but I mean, like, whether it's Infinity Hulk or, again, I've been pushing for Maestro for a long time. Maestro would be that kind of in between where you have a very intelligent Hulk, but he's also very, very destructive and savage and ruthless, and that would be a fun version of the Hulk to see teaming up with Dr. Doom.
We need another science guy, though. You took Tony off the table, so they kind of replaced him with Bruce and with Professor Hulk. Now we need like another science guy so the Hulk can rage on.
Bring in Amadeus Cho.
There you go.
Aren't we getting Reed Richards?
That's right. We're also getting Reed Richards, so he can be that replacement for the smart guy.
I like it.
And
my tacos are on the table.
Got the Pims. They're still around. They're alive and kicking.
That's right.
Are they? Oh, they are.
They're still around.
I would like him to be more hulky. I agree. I think my tacos are on the table for this. I don't know that I want him to be full Maestro, and I really don't want Grey Hulk. But they have to introduce another person to be Hulk because there's so many out there now. And also, what about his son? We saw his son in She-Hulk. Are they going to pay that off in these movies?
Supposedly, we're supposed
being a parent. Yeah, could being a parent have made him lose his ever-loving mind?
I'm sure both of you will agree on that.
Pretty
I was
much.
like, that could be why he's savage again. He's
Ja-
like, oh
James,
shit, I had to go through the teen years with this one. I mean, seriously.
James is like, this is the reason that I want to be the Hulk sometimes.
Yeah. I Hulk out every night. Brush your teeth. Put on your pajamas.
Go to bed.
John has 5,000 smash.
I'm gonna smash an iPad or two. Stupid Roblox. Okay, who's got the next one?
Stupid Roblox. I got the next one. Oh man. Well, 3 vigilantes walk into a burrow. No punchline, just bruises and unresolved trauma. Lots of it. Rumored connections between Daredevil Born Again, The Punisher, and Spider-Man Brand New Day suggest a gritty crossover brewing in the MCU Sony alleyways. Street-level heroes, moral gray zones, maybe a few surprise cameos. This could be the most grounded, brutal team-up yet. Tacos on the table, do you believe this crossover is actually in the works, or is it just fan service fantasy with no street cred?
My tacos are on the table because I've been wrong nonstop. I was like, there's no way Punisher is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. And then there's shots of him in the new Spider-Man movie. So I'm completely wrong. So tacos are on the table. They can do anything they want.
They can do anything they want. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. They broke James. He's
Mhm.
broken. He's a broken John has 5,000.
My tacos are on the table more so because this is a comic team up that everybody's been wanting. I mean, there's a lot of grounded level fighting between them. I think the only super kind of like the only out of the world thing is that Spider-Man has a bunch of like superpowers, but like Daredevil's powers are really just heightened senses, and Punisher doesn't actually have any powers. So it's like, you know, like the ground level fighting with them, the team ups between them. Spider-Man and Daredevil's team ups are always iconic. They're always almost like antagonists, or Punisher's an antagonist for them in a lot of storylines. Like kind of like he's our friend, but he's too brutal and we have to stop him half the time. So I mean, like, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that dynamic between all of them.
I like it.
I feel like my tacos are on the table that we are going to get a crossover. Hopefully we'll get, like, I would love to see even a Peter Parker and not necessarily Spider-Man in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing. But I do feel like this part of the MCU has been neglected for so long that having all of the New York heroes like get together and start, causing some good trouble. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, my tacos are on the table for this because I think it would be amazing. I also would like to see those 3 like play off each other because their chemistry's gonna be amazing. We already know that Charlie Cox and Tom Holland's chemistry is really good, and freaking Tom Holland and John Barenthal, they've worked together before, so that they've got some good. Yeah, so I'm just like, I just love. I think it's gonna be amazing. I would love to see it, and I just want Frank to look at them both like they're both insane. Because they're so freaking positive about crap. And then he's like, no, we got to kill them all. And they're like, no, you can't kill Frank because neither one of them wants to kill. I think that's what it's going to be. And then Punisher's going to be like, screw you both. I'm going to go do my own thing. And he's going to peace out. And then we're going to get red and red. There you go.
Screw you and your Catholic guilt.
There you go.
All
right.
Yeah.
Enough Marvel. Let's get on to some Star Wars, okay? Is Ryan Gosling Kenobi enough for this galaxy? A new leak claims Ryan Gosling's character in Star Wars Starfighter is Force sensitive and possibly a Jedi. Okay. Whether he's a rogue knight or a reluctant Padawan, or something entirely new? This casting could redefine the tone of the film. Is he the next Skywalker or a curveball in the canon? Tacos on the table. Do you believe Gosling's really playing a Jedi, or is this just some bantapudu? Bantapudu.
It's my that is my favorite. Bantapudu. That is my favorite. That is my favorite. And how Jabba says Wookie. I love those. Those are the two things. Jabba the Hutt gave me those two things. Those two things. Okay, go ahead.
I also like Bib Fortuna when he goes Wanawanga solo. Wanawanga. Okay, sorry. Young Phil.
My tacos are on the table. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. My tacos are not on the table. I love Ryan Gosling. Don't get me wrong, and I think he's gonna kill it. But I kind of don't want him to be a Jedi. I kind of don't want him to be force sensitive, unless they go the route of him being force sensitive because there is a lack of Jedi in the galaxy that it goes unnoticed, and he uses it to become a better starfighter, right? Like I want to see him kind of the way that Andor worked so well, where you're dealing with the reality of the galaxy and the world without these space wizards. I like the idea of, rather than him being a rogue knight or a reluctant Padawan, I would rather him be just a resistance fighter that happens to have some force sensitivity, doesn't understand what it is, but uses it because he knows I can predict things before it happens. I can, if I can see these starfighters coming after me before we even see them, because I can feel them. Like, I would rather him be that than be a full-on Jedi.
I would rather see, like, whether they say he's a Jedi or not a Jedi or force sensitive, just take that off the table. Take the whole Jedi force off the table.
Right.
I'd rather have another rogue Han Solo type character,
Right.
some kind of maverick type pilot, that's just extremely good. Let's just, he flies by the seat of his pants kind of thing, but he gets away with it and he's cocky. Give me that. Give me Ryan Gosling as that versus he's got some,
Right.
wizardy
He
powers.
excels so well at that. He excels
Yeah.
well at being a cocky, I'm just, I'm good at what I do kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see more of that rather than them saying, "Oh, we're gonna shoehorn it in. He's gonna be a Jedi, and we're gonna put a lightsaber in Ryan Gosling's hands." And I'm sure Ryan Gosling wants a lightsaber. He wants a lightsaber at some point to be able to like wave around and say, "Look, I'm in Star Wars. I got a lightsaber." I want to see him with a blaster. I want to see him be the new Han Solo, not like Han Solo, but like be that character that, for another generation, be a Han Solo. They tried to do that with Poe Dameron, and it didn't work the way that they expected it to. Do it with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, we don't need another like force sensitive being, Ryan Gosling by himself is Knuff. He's Knuff to handle a Star Wars movie. By the way, we have a force sensitive roguey type guy in Jude Law already.
Right.
We don't need another handsome, strapping young force sensitive buck. We just let him be Han Solo type guy.
Right. I would rather that idea be expanded with him, and not with Ryan Gosling. Like, I would prefer that we get this corner of the galaxy the same way that we got it in Andor, where there are no force sensitives and they are dealing with nothing but pure rebellion. I want more of that. I want to see more of the war aspect, right? Like, okay, we got the war aspect between episodes 3 and 4. Now let's see the war aspect after episode 6, leading into the Resistance.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, before we get to Fray, so let me go on another chapter before we get to Fray. So I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I waited. I was letting y'all like wear yourselves down.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they're gonna wear themselves down, and you just kept going. I was being polite and waiting. Okay. Well, my tacos are on the table because Andor was force sensitive. I hate to tell you all of that, but he was force sensitive. Second season proved it. Force sensitive doesn't mean eventually you'll get the lightsaber. Force sensitive just means that maybe you're a really good pilot like Poe Dameron, or maybe you do really well at gambling like Lando Calrissian. I think a lot more people in the Star Wars universe are force sensitive, and that everybody needs to calm the fuck down because
Mhm.
I think a lot of them are. They just don't know it and they haven't been trained. To be a Jedi is to be trained to be a Jedi. Having Jedi training doesn't mean you are a Jedi.
Mhm.
Ahsoka has Jedi training. She doesn't say she's a Jedi. Other people say she's a Jedi, but she's like, I'm not a Jedi because she's not. But she was trained as a Jedi, so she knows how to fight as a Jedi. So I'm wondering if maybe he did have some Jedi training, but like Grogu, he chose not to be a Jedi. And so that might be what they're going to explore and how he helps guide the war to the way that it should be going or whatever it is. Because we know this is after um, the whole Ray situation. This is all after that. So who knows what they could be going up against this time. And I think maybe he's just force sensitive because he's really good at flying and like getting out of situations like Han Solo was, who I also believe was force sensitive to some degree. So I mean, being force sensitive, I mean, the force sensitive is basically their version of intuition. That's
Mhm.
how they think of it. And so I feel like maybe he's just got really good intuition and he just thinks it's really good intuition and he's force sensitive. And someone's going to tell him that and he's going to go, oh, cool. And then he's just going to keep going. Does Ryan Gosling want to wave around a glow stick? Yeah, of course he does. We all do. If I were in a Star Wars movie, I would want to be a Jedi so I could wave a glow stick around. That is what I would want. It wouldn't be as cool as I would think it would be. And then I would be personally disappointed. But here we are.
And a cool jacket. He just needs a cool jacket because some of the coolest
That
characters just have
picture,
cool jackets.
not the picture that I chose, but the picture, like this, like the picture of them in the water and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, the one
That
we
is
had last week.
such a cool picture. If
Right.
the
With a
movie
cool
is like
jacket.
that, yeah. But if the movie is like that the whole time, I will be totally eating banned popcorn because I can't have the popcorn at the theater. I will bring my own popcorn in and eat it.
Bring your own Bantha Poodoo. Was that our last rumor?
That was our last rumor.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Wait a second. Whether Gosling's wielding a lightsaber or Hulk's headed for heartbreak, we'll keep our ears to the ground and our tacos on the table. But now it's time to shift from speculation to confirmation. The download. Yeah. That starts now. Jen, I almost did it. I almost like
You
went.
did. You almost did it, but you stopped yourself
Hey.
and you did it. So I wouldn't yell at you, and I appreciate that.
I was like, I almost did it, and I was like, wait, there's a transition. Let me go down. All right, cool. And then as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, I got to go back over here and start the video. Crap. Hold on. Let me go and do this. But still, James, your line.
I don't think it's a transition anymore if you talk about it being a transition and break down the transition.
It's part of the joke, man. Keep going.
I think it breaks the transition. But for more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook and let us know what you're nerding out on.
That's right. So let's go ahead and start.
No more hiding, I'll be shining like I'm born to be. You're welcome. K-pop Demon Hunters wrapped its Netflix run with a staggering 325.1 million viewers, breaking records and proving that Supernatural Idol squads are officially leading, or, well,
officially global.
officially global. Yeah, that works too. With voice stars like Arden Cho and Claudia Kim leading the charge, this animated action fantasy fused pop spectacle with monster mayhem, and fans are already chanting for an encore. Turns out the real demon was underestimating the power of synchronized choreography, and the person at Sony who said, "Go ahead, we don't need the rights to this."
Hey, we didn't make any mistakes. This is this. We did this on purpose. We got rid of them because
No notes.
yeah, we wanted Netflix to have a win. That's what Sony's
Because
saying
they
now.
need it so bad.
Right.
Not
they
us.
need
We
it.
don't need it.
Right.
Not us.
Sony doesn't need money. Go ahead.
Uh,
Go ahead, Netflix.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
you have it all. Here, all Netflix went all in. And Sony went, nah, we fold.
Let's keep going.
The crusade continues. Season 2 of Batman Cape Crusader finally has a release window, and Gotham's getting moodier. With Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves behind the scenes, this animated noir revival channels the brooding brilliance of Batman the Animated Series, minus the nostalgia filter. Gotham's about to get darker, and Bruce still refuses to buy a ring light.
Oh man. I do really love this show. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. There were really good
Yeah.
takes and surprises. I love that this was like, the way Bruce Timm it described it was this is what I would have written back in the 90s had I been able to just do whatever I wanted.
Yeah. I loved Harley. I loved their Harley Quinn. I thought that was really cool. And the whole basement with all the, like, she had all the people in that basement. I was like, this is really cool and very serial killery.
Yeah, absolutely was.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the first season. I can't wait for the second season. I loved me some Catwoman. I loved me some Harley Quinn. I loved Alfred too. Alfred was pretty cool in this.
I agree. James, you're muted.
We should have just let him keep
You
talking.
know what? You know what I like about this? I like that DC, James Gunn, Peter Safran, are willing to let things be just as they are. Like, hey, if this works, it tells good stories and people like it, just let it be and let it live. So Harley Quinn, Batman Cape Crusader, the Batman movies, like just let it be and just let's have fun with it because everything is Elseworlds.
Yeah.
So I like this.
They made a point of the Elseworlds and saying we're going to
Yeah.
continue on with some of these Elseworlds things, and we're going to have a mainline storyline that's just going to tell one story. So I mean, I do think it's a smart move because they're not stifling creativity for other creators.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
they
Well,
don't have
I
to
think,
have their finger on everything. I like that.
Mhm.
well, and I think this actually came about prior to them taking over, but they let it go through because they
Right.
knew it would. Yeah. I mean, they were happy with it. And I think that's part of it too. Like the stuff that James Gunn has like James Gunn and Peter Safran have let continue seem to be things that they really are behind as well. Like the Harley Quinn, like they could have nixed that immediately. And they didn't. Of course, James Gunn was on that, so maybe that's why. And that Harley Quinn and Brandon McKinney may have had a little insider scoop on that. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
All right. Don't call it a meet cute. I've been here for years. Sorry, I had to continue on with that. Director Dan Trachtenberg says Predator Badlands won't feature any xenomorphs despite the Wailing Yutani tease. Instead, the film will expand Predator lore in a post-apocalyptic setting, focusing on new tech, new tribes, and fresh hunts. Alien fans, you'll have to go to Earth because this jungle strictly one apex predator at a time.
I like it. Let it build
You
up
see
to it.
what I did there? Did you see the whole Alien Earth thing? Alien fans will have to go to Earth.
I saw what you did.
Yeah.
I like this. Like, let it build up. So aliens, let aliens be over here and the xenomorphs over here. and Predators be over here, tell some good stories, and then we'll get there. We'll get to them crossing over, but we don't have to like push it right away.
Right.
Um,
Again,
And
I
it, like,
agree.
it should be organic, right? I mean,
Yeah.
them finding each other should be organic, and it should be one of those things where it's like, have predators met aliens before and that kind of thing. I feel like that, and no, and like reintroducing both IPs to fans and letting them blossom first and then bringing them together. I think they're doing this really well. I'm not an Aliens fan. I'm not a Predator fan. Have I watched both? Yes, I have. I've watched more Aliens things than I think that why? Why? I keep watching them and I don't know why. I've
it's
watched
because they're
all of them.
good.
I've seen every Aliens movie. I've seen all the prequels. I don't like them. I don't like aliens. Like, well, no, look, don't clip that because I do like some aliens. I'm just saying that the aliens of the movies, aliens, are not the ones that I like. Martians, I don't know. Maybe I would like them. Venusians, sure, maybe. I don't know. What are their what do they like? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? I don't know. I'm just saying I don't want a face hugger face hugging my head.
I'm
That
just
would
waiting for
complicate a lot of things.
I'm waiting for Frank to clip that now.
I don't like aliens.
It's just
gonna
out
be
of
the clip.
spite. It will be.
It's a meme.
You know,
Our
I'm
first meme that goes viral will be me saying, "I don't like aliens."
I'm not
Great
like
thing.
a horror guy, but I mean I like
I thought
this.
you were gonna say I'm not a whore, and I was like, "What? Where did we get there?"
I think we just got the name of the episode.
Okay, so I'm not a big horror guy, but like when you mix some sci-fi into it, like Aliens and Predator, I'm on board. You know, not every one of these movies have been good, but like the ideas of them, and I think now the people behind these IPs are willing to do it justice because Alien Earth, you know, was it Noah Hawley is doing an amazing job with that show. Remember he did Legion back in the day, Legion on
Mhm,
Yeah,
FX?
Legion's
mhm,
so
mhm.
good.
Yeah, so I'm loving this. I'm loving Predator Killer of Killers, that the animated like shorts.
Mhm.
Oh, so good. So I'm so happy that they're taking these IPs that we know and telling good stories with them.
Well, and they're also like with the Badlands, they're teasing that they're in the same universe, so they
Mhm.
will eventually meet. And I think that makes what is it, Wayland Utani? It makes them way more diabolical than what we thought they were originally in the Aliens movies. I mean, it
And also,
makes them really like they're really bad guys. We're talking like big, bad, evil guys
yeah,
kind of level.
and I mean,
You should definitely watch Alien Earth then.
yeah. Oh man, it levels up so much more. Wayland Utani is enough of a tease for me. The fact that Wayland Utani is even being teased in the universe is enough for me because it's still it makes it a cohesive universe. It makes it more expansive that they're all in the same place. And right now we have an entire section of aliens and alien movies, and then we have Predator. What I would not be surprised is in Badlands if one of the creatures from Alien Earth ends up on the planet that he's in, like the eye monster or something.
Oh yeah, like the
Oh,
other
yeah, that might.
aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're saying
Maybe.
xenomorphs aren't going to be in this, but that doesn't mean that we may not see another creature that connects them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. So wait, when did the first Alien movie come out? Was that the 90s? Was it the 80s?
No, that was
70s.
70s. I think it was
Was it
7.
the
I'll look it up.
70s?
Sigourney Weaver,
Yeah, look at
early Sigourney.
Yeah, I think the first movie
Yeah, it
was
was early
78, I
Sigourney.
think.
79, I think. Yeah,
79.
79.
79. Hmm. Do you think the aliens, like the aliens nostalgia and like it coming out like 79, do you think that that's one of the reasons that this huge nostalgia boom is going on?
I think so. I think people, again, it kind of goes back to telling good stories. So
Yeah,
as
that's
long as
true.
the stories
Telling
are
good
good,
stories, yeah.
and as long as we're connected to it, I think it gives it an
Mhm.
upper hand to be like, "Oh, I love this as a younger kid, or I remember watching this on VHS with my parents, and I wasn't supposed to, that sort of thing. I think that's the reason
You know
why.
what I watched a lot back then? Miami Vice.
I caught this transition from like 20 lines ago. I was like, oh my God, that is genius.
I was just trying to talk about my feelings.
Aw,
She
James.
lulled you into that transition, dude. Because like
I brought you into that bit. And I'll let you simmer and cook there
it's
for a
good.
little bit. Sauteed, little butter. Num 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 num. In Nostalgia Meets Neon news, Joseph Kosinski, Top Gun Maverick, is steering the Miami Vice reboot towards a 2027 release. Expect synths, speedboats, and stylized shootouts as the iconic 80s cop drama gets a neon-soaked upgrade. Casting still under wraps, but fans are already dream pairing Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell.
That could be fun.
Pastel suits, high-speed pursuits. Kaczynski's bringing the Vice with extra velocity.
Wow, can you imagine that? Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell.
That would be fun. Like the two of
Who's
them.
Glenn Powell again?
He was in Top
Bob.
Gun Maverick.
He's Bob.
No, that's not Bob. Bob was Lewis Pullman.
Oh,
Yeah. So Glenn Powell was in Twisters. He was the lead character in Twist. Is that the second movie, Twisters?
Yeah.
He was in Top Gun Maverick. He's been in a bunch of stuff recently. He's kind of one of the it guys right now for
Is he
Hollywood.
the guy that's always sunny in Philadelphia?
No.
no. You're thinking Glenn Howerton.
Oh wait, I know who Glenn Powell is. He's gonna be in Running Man, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, he's the one I don't like. Okay, cool.
Wow.
That'll be good.
Okay.
I
All right.
wasn't a big fan of Don Johnson in Miami Vice, so it actually
Sorry,
works
Crockett.
for me.
How dare you? Crockett and Tubbs?
It was
Come
the
on, man.
alligator. It was the alligator.
They made it
On
okay
the
to not
fucking
wear
boat.
socks with loafers, okay?
I don't
And
know
we've
if that's
been
ever
doing
been
it
okay.
ever since.
I don't know if that's ever been okay. It just seems douchey to me.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's the pastel coat with the
Shoulder pads.
pads.
I'm okay with it all. What if they said it in the 80s?
I think Tim Meadows should be.
Oh my God,
The
Tim
Tubbs.
Meadows as Tubbs would be amazing.
All right, never mind. We'll get caught in that little web, so we should move on.
Before we get burned, because it's time to stock up on SPF 500. Fox is reviving Baywatch for a fall 2026 premiere, promising a modern, multicultural twist on lifeguard drama. Expect action, comedy, and probably a few slow motion beach runs. No cast yet, but the Hoff cameo watch begins now. Same beach, new biceps, sun's out, reboots out.
They couldn't get it right with The Rock.
How dare you?
Oh, that movie was not very good. I
Keep saying
enjoyed it
that,
for
James,
what it
keep
was.
saying about it.
Yeah,
Didn't-
no, but it went on way too long, and there was like too much stuff. And how did they
Okay,
end up
all
at
right.
that party?
Okay. we
How
don't need
did
to
they
bash
end up at the
this.
party? And then there was like so much glass got broken. What the heck? What the heck? All right,
Jason
anyway.
Momoa was on Baywatch.
Oh, on the original show?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Just want to say that
yeah, he was.
so we
Yeah.
can transition away.
I thought he
Okay.
was on Baywatch Hawaii.
I'm
Because
sure.
there was a Baywatch Hawaii, everyone.
I think he was just on Baywatch.
He's been on a lot of stuff. He was also in Stargate Atlantis. That's
So
where I
good.
first saw him. He was so
So
good
good.
on that. Yeah. With that hair, his hair and dreads like that, and he was flipping it around like nobody's business. He had better hair than everybody else on that show.
Well, before we transition into the next one, I just want to say that, and James, you're going to get upset when I say this. For the next two stories we're about to cover, I was there live to hear them talk about this.
I was
So,
gonna ask about it. So yeah, that's what I was gonna
so
say. Is
I
this
definitely
something?
have first person thoughts on this.
All right, let's
Okay,
hear it.
Oh,
let's do
and
this. What Lizzie wants, Scarlet Witch gets. Elizabeth Olsen is pushing for a House of M adaptation, the iconic storyline where Wanda Maximoff rewrites reality with a whisper. With the multiverse already in chaos, this could be the perfect moment for mutant madness and emotional meltdowns. One word from Wanda, and the MCU turns into a mutant mood board.
oh man. So
So I actually have said this. I said, was it last week or week before last, where we were talking about that Scarlet Witch may be in Secret Wars or Doomsday, one of those. And I said, well, she wants to do a House of M storyline, and they were talking about like her being part of the royal family in like an alternate version
mhm.
of them. So yeah, so I think yeah, she's been talking about it for a while. But go ahead.
So both of them, and this leads into the next story too, but both of them were very tight-lipped about everything. Um, Lizzie, who he kept referring to as Lizzie, Elizabeth Olsen, was very much, she said, as far as she can tell, with the next couple of movies, the direction that they're going in, there's a lot they need to build up to in order to get to House of M. But she would eventually want it to get there. Like she would, if our friend of the show, Joe Deckelmeyer, who was hosting the panel, had asked her if there was any storyline from the comics that you could pull and you could do, which one would it be? And she said it'd have to be House of M. And she said that where they're at right now and the direction that everything is going in, it's not happening anytime soon. But she would like eventually for it to get there because she would love to do House of M.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
awesome.
I
it
would
was,
love it too. It's pretty like I think it's pretty seminal to the whole mutant saga. Like it is I think it's up there with
yeah.
it.
And the way she put it was like, there's a lot of buildup that needs to happen before they get there, but it can happen eventually. So
Well,
it
yeah,
kind of
you got to establish mutants,
right,
and then we have to, really start to love them, and then you say no more mutants so that
right,
we're all like gut punched. That's
right,
how you do it.
right. And yeah, they the way she put it was almost like there's no immediate plans for it, but there is clamor around wanting to get there. So it was kind of cool to see her kind of like almost nerd out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe asked her another question that we're very familiar with because he asked her what you're nerding out on right now.
Nice.
And she goes, I'm rewatching The Sopranos. That was also a story that came up that we don't have on our rundown, but unless I did see it in the rundown. But basically, she didn't know that Zombies was out.
Yeah, I heard about that, but
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't put it in the story.
and a lot of people were just like, some people were like, did she actually play Scarlet Witch in it? She goes, no, I recorded that years ago. She was like, I don't even remember recording it. She goes, I know I recorded it. I just don't remember when because it happened so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, she kind of like doubled down and it gave the proof that she actually voiced the character. So it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she's
you
like,
could
why?
tell.
Why do people keep calling me Queen of the Dead? Like.
Well, she said what happened was Joe had asked her about Zombies, and she goes, "Is that out?"
Yeah.
Because I think she was just like, "That's under NDA. Is that out yet?" And she was like, "Oh, it's out. Okay, yeah, I didn't even know it was out."
That's funny.
That's hilarious. So we have a question from Sanju about this.
Mhm.
It says Magneto royal family with a Wanda variant in Doomsday. Can you see a different actress reprising the role?
Ooh, at this point, I wouldn't want another actress to play Wanda. She is so ingrained in that character, and there's still so much more that we can get out of her. She's such a good actress. that I kind of wouldn't want another actress to pick it up. But if they did, like maybe if they were trying to do like a mutant version versus a like pure magic version,
Mm-hmm.
and they were going with like this is the mutant version who is Magneto's daughter, and went with like a different multiversal version. I mean, as long as they got a decent enough actress that could hold her own with Elizabeth Olsen on screen, because eventually they're gonna meet and there's gonna be an argument, and or a fight between the two of them.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I have 2 actors that I could see playing the next Scarlet Witch, or Scarlet Witch, a different version opposite Elizabeth Olsen. Their names are Mary Kate and Ashley
No.
Olsen.
No.
Older
No.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
No.
I'm sorry. No hate on Mary Kate and Ashley, but they're Elizabeth is a better actress, honestly.
How rude.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. No, if they had to recast, or they wanted to recast a variant, they could. But being that we've seen that Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch, she's the same in 2 different universes. So chances are she will be the same in all of them. Whereas like we got a Peter Parker, and then there were 3 different people that were him in the different universes. I think, and like the Reed Richards, we saw they were different. Now that we have 2. So it could happen,
Mhm.
but being that we've gotten 2 Scarlet Witches already and they both were the same person, I don't know if that's where they would go. But I mean, anything's possible. And if they did want to do a Scarlet Witch, they'd have to have sort of a darker redhead kind of look. And I don't know if there are any like
Sadie
real
Sink?
true. I'd want her. Yeah, but she's already gonna be doing something with Spider-Man. So
Doesn't
I was
shouldn't be another
thinking,
Scarlet Witch.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking somebody British. Wouldn't that be cool? She had a British accent.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see
Maybe bring Amelia Clark back. No.
Amelia Clark.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? You know who would be good? The one that played the younger version of the Queen in House of the Dragon. That
Millie
played
Alcock?
Oh, Millie
opposite
Alcock.
Millie Alcock. The one that played opposite her. That's what's
Right.
his name's daughter.
Right. She ended up being her rival later on. Was her best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was the younger version. I'll look her up and I'll have her name. But let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So James, go ahead and
do the next one. Okay, got it. Robot Peyote is back on the menu. Paul Bettany describes Vision Quest as a story about generational trauma, fathers and sons. The Disney Plus series will explore White Vision's identity crisis post WandaVision, diving deep into legacy, memory, and what it means to be human-ish. Turns out Vision's biggest upgrade isn't hardware, it's heartbreak. Oh, Vision.
So again,
that was so funny. Did you do that on purpose? Because you went out of focus as you were talking about him.
bad vision.
It was perfectly timed.
It was kind of so number one, that callback is amazing. Thank you for bringing the robot peyote joke back. But no, so Paul Bettany. We went to this panel specifically because we thought, hey, maybe they're gonna drop something new, right? Maybe they're gonna say like, hey, WandaVision's or not WandaVision, Vision Quest is coming out, so maybe they're gonna drop something because that's what the Hobbits did last year, right? They announced at LA Comic-Con that the new Hobbit movies were coming out, or the new Lord of the Rings movies were coming out. So we were thinking like, okay, there's a chance that this is gonna happen here. No dice on that. But when they asked Paul Bettany about everything, you can see that he was looking at like somebody that worked at Marvel that was like staring up at him on stage because he's like, I'm gonna lose my job. And like I'm gonna say something wrong and I'm gonna lose my job. And Joe,
The PR Mephisto just watching, just
right. And Joe is like, oh no, that means we're both gonna lose our jobs. So let's not go into this.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty good joke. But what he did say was and again, Paul Bettany was dropping one like just jokes and one-liners the whole time. But he said the Vision Quest is going to have a lot of heart and is going to focus around grief the same way that WandaVision focused around grief and how they deal with that grief. And he goes, not to say that it's going to be a depressing show. It's not. It's going to be fun. But he was like, but it is. He had an absolute blast doing the show because they wrapped Principal on it already. So he said he had an absolute blast doing like recording the show and doing everything, but it's so well put together and the story is so well done that he was like, it's gonna rival WandaVision as far as how good the show is done. And
Yeah, I think that's going to be great. So Emily Carey is her name. Here she is. Here. See her?
Yeah. I like her.
She could be a good Wanda Maximoff.
she could be a good young Wanda Maximoff. It would be good.
Yeah.
Not that Elizabeth Olsen isn't young, but I mean, like, she's younger than me. So I mean, that.
Yeah, I'm just saying if
Yeah.
they wanted to recast and go a little younger so they could build up to Anyway, I'm just saying that
Philippe, you could not
if we
play
did have another one.
WandaVision. You could not play Scarlet Witch.
No, I could not at all. I'm
No.
way too old to play Scarlet Witch.
I couldn't either.
I
would be a good Agatha. But yeah,
I'm way too old to play any characters in Marvel. So
yes, you are.
then again, Deadpool's in his 40s, canonically in the thing. So
all right, who's got the next one?
Oh, me. It's me. The healing power of the Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle.
The Tom Holland.
Wait, hold on. I have a Peter Tingle. That's the Peter Tingle.
Okie dokie. Tom Holland says he's feeling better and on the mend after an injury on the set of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Production continues and Spidey's swinging back into action soon. No webbing required for recovery. Even Peter Parker needs a break, just not the bone kind.
I wonder what happened.
He got a concussion.
Is that what it was? Oh.
Yeah, it happened. They were saying that it actually happens to stuntmen a lot and that he was doing a stunt and they miscalculated and he got hit. And that's why he got his bell rung, so to speak.
Yeah. And now for like, okay, we got to pause production.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm glad he's back.
I think they paused his part of it. I think they still they started it back up again after a couple of days after they knew he was going to be okay.
Got it.
But he's still recovering from what I understand.
Nice. All right, let's keep it going.
Feel better, Tommy boy. Feel better, Tommy boy.
And I just want to mention just from the last conversation we had, Sanju said, would they bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson or Evan Peters as Quicksilver? I said in the chat, I'd say both. I think they're going to do both.
I would love to see both. I would love to see them both just kind of look at each other and be like, are we the same person? Like that. And then be like, wow, kick ass. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Yeah, maybe when they get to Avengers versus X-Men, they'll be like, wait, you, me, you? What?
Are we the same person? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Or are we doing this? Are you fast? I'm fast. You're fast. We're all fast. Okay.
All right.
Do you have nephews? I have nephews. Do you have nephews?
I've got two. I have two too.
I got two.
One's really fast. Really?
Mine too.
God, let's keep going.
I'll be your Huckleberry. Marvin Crondon Jones III from Black Lightning in Into the Spider-Verse joins Spider-Man Brand New Day as Tombstone. I know we've been searching around who's going to be playing Tombstone, but we have found out the granite-jawed crime boss making his live-action debut. Expect street-level grit and villainous swagger. Spidey's about to face a villain with a jawline that could crack concrete.
So I gotta ask you guys, because we're getting Tombstone. Do you guys think that we're gonna see Kingpin, or there's a mention of Kingpin, because they work so close together in the comics and everything?
I
And
assumed so.
I was
I
gonna say, I know
think
that Daredevil and Spider-Man are supposed to be getting together like soon. So
okay. Do you want my crazy do you want my crazy
give
theory?
me your crazy theory. I want to hear it all.
Here's what I think is going to happen. They said Punisher. I think we're getting Daredevil as well. And because we're getting Daredevil, we're also getting Kingpin. And that Spidey is going to actually show up in Daredevil Born Again to help take down Kingpin in the second season. He's going to be part of the New York Army.
I like that. I think that's good.
It's really not that crazy, though. Like, it's not out there. That's actually pretty logical for me. I'm usually way more out there. And just wait until we get to the other stuff.
You got more Spidey news.
Yeah, we do. All right. Well, let's get this on the screen. Hold on. Sorry, I've got to do like 4 different things before I can even.
I also think I think he's a great casting choice.
Oh, he.
I liked him in
great.
Yeah, in Black Lightning. I loved him in Black Lightning. He's been in other stuff too. I swear, I've seen him in so many other things. So I think he's a great actor. So let's move on though.
Yeah. With all these delays, wait, this one's coming out sooner. Yes. All right. Sony has moved up the release of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, surprising fans after previous delays. The third Spider-Verse entry will now open in U.S. theaters on June 18th, 2026. That's not that far away. Miles Morales is swinging back into the multiverse sooner than expected, and the hype is glitching reality. Spider-Verse speedrun unlocked. Miles is skipping the wait screen. Let's get it. LFG. Let's fucking go. I'm ready for this.
Yeah. This is a nice little win for this franchise, or this, trilogy, whatever you want to call it, because it's been delayed so long, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
We needed this. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just what?
I was gonna say, I honestly thought we were gonna wait so long for this, and I'm happy that it's coming out sooner.
Sony finally did something right.
Yes.
They finally did it.
Good job,
Still,
Tony.
I beg you, I plead, I manifest that you sell Spider-Man back to Marvel.
Yeah.
One right does not erase any of those wrongs, people. Sell it back. Sell it back. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I think this is the one franchise that they have gotten right in the Spider-Verse movies. And they just gotta not drop the ball on it,
It's so funny because Sony has been such like the yin and the yang of superhero genre stuff. It's like they've put out the worst films, worst decisions that made in superhero stuff, but also then they put out Into the Spider-Verse, arguably the best superhero adaptation we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it is
it's
one
the
of these.
same IP. Same IP. They've done this too.
What it is because they're more willing to take risks on animation than they are on live action. They will not take good risks on live action, because in live action it's like, we're going to take a risk on putting out a character that nobody knows about because we think that we can make a good movie out of it. But you know what? We're not going to do like actual like comic book accurate stuff. We want to make our own story versus like Spider-Verse is like, oh, do what you want, and they're gonna do like the creators, the writers are out here like doing like, no, we got to make the fans happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that maybe if any of the Sony executives are gambling anywhere, we should all follow them and bet on the opposite of what they do.
Right. All right.
I'm tired of Spider-Man.
So I mean I'm not tired of Spider-Man, but I've got something fun and in the same vein to talk about here if we're ready to move on.
Yes.
Yes.
All
I
right.
served you up that transition.
Mhm.
I know you did. He's here to drink beer and brood. Insomniac Games Marvel's Wolverine will be darker, bloodier, and way more brutal than fans expected. Creative director Brian Horton teased mature themes and visceral combat. Logan's claws are coming out, and they're not pulling any punches. Less superhero, more savage. This ain't your Saturday morning, Logan.
I'm not Batman.
Speaking of Sony putting out good stuff,
Yeah.
I know. Their games are always good. Have you guys seen the trailer for this?
yeah.
No.
It is so good. It 100% is the exact Logan that we want.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that like some of the things that have come out since that trailer pop dropped out. So they said that it's not going to be open world the way that Spider-Man was.
Mhm.
It's going to be more like God of War, so it's going to be kind of linear with like open areas that you can explore, but it's going to be like a straight line pretty much. And then of course all of the backlash online about the way Mystique looks is the dumbest shit. Somebody complaining about how she in the trailer she goes from being a dude and transitions to Mystique, and it's like, do you not know how Mystique works? Do you
I
not
thought
know
maybe it's because she had like old school like Tomb Raider boobs or something, but she does what her mutant power claims that she does.
what it is you have the obvious guys who do not know Mystique as a character and are all upset that it's like, oh, you're putting a trans character. It's like, oh, you don't know anything about Mystique, do you? You know what's really going to upset you guys is when you go read the comics and see that she's her own son's father.
Right. And like, yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
She
And
is her
Destiny
son's
is like
father.
the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah, she's Nightcrawler's dad. She is Nightcrawler's dad. It's a trip, dude. And it's like there's all this stuff like people are so upset about this, and it's like I don't see what people are mad about. One, she's doing her powers. Two, when you see her transition, they go into a scene of a playable version of Mystique just wrecking people with two knives, and it's like that's Mystique. That's how Mystique works. That's how she operates.
Yeah.
Right? There's no reason for people to be mad about this because it's like Mystique is being Mystique. Shut up.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll probably get it.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
probably play it.
It looks
I'm not, like I think it'll be fun. I love playing the comic booky games until I get really frustrated, and then Husby usually takes over, and then he actually gets really addicted to it, and then he's doing his own thing, and then I get to watch my murder porn.
There you go. Oh yeah, and this
I said two things that could get us canceled on here. I
Yeah.
apologize. The unaliving adult content.
yeah, she Wolverine in this trailer, and this is the last point, is absolutely brutal. There's a scene in the trailer where he does kind of something in the comics that we have been waiting to see him do in the movies, but like hasn't happened. And it's where like he takes like his regular fist, puts it up to a guy's face, and then unleashes the claws into the dude's head.
Well, he's done that a lot in comics.
That's what I'm saying. He does that in the comics a lot, right?
Yeah.
But it's like seeing it like in movement just is 1,000 times cooler.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm excited.
So am I.
You know what else I'm excited about? This next story.
Well, let's talk about
Because I'm also confused. Because Bigfoot, is it like the monster or is it like the truck?
I think it's the truck.
It looks like it's the truck. Pure Imagination Studios and Prime Universe Films, aka Puff, are teaming up to build a shared film and TV universe around the legendary Bigfoot monster truck. The chrome-crushing icon of motorsports is shifting gears into cinematic storytelling with animated series, live-action features, and high-octane lore in development. Think horsepower meets heroism. I mean, yeah, because that's what Jesus would want. From car-crushing arena king to franchise frontrunner, Bigfoot's trading mud for mythos. Look, we have talked about Hot Wheels, Masters of the Universe, Barbie, what's the freaking, like, all those toys from Toy Story? Mr. Potato Head?
Trolls?
Why not? Trolls? Gargoyles? Why not a freaking monster truck? Let's just have a monster truck IP. Let's do that. I mean, F1 did great. Why not? Let's go from high octane, like, sports to digging in the mud and jumping over cars. Next thing you know, we'll get Evel Knievel.
Wasn't Dwayne Johnson producing this too?
I thought he was too. Like $7 Entertainment had something.
Well, if you
associated with
take
it.
the Pure Imagination Studios, that's Piss. And you take Prime Universe Films, that's Puff. Piss Puff. It's Piss Puff.
Oh God.
I don't get where you're going with that. I don't appreciate that. Neither does The Rock.
I think she's saying that that's what comes out of the back of the truck. It's a piss puff.
It's a Piss Puff. Piss Puff.
We may be offending Tater right now too.
I'm just like, look, monster trucks are huge in the Midwest. They are huge. I think this is going to be I think it's going to make millions and billions of dollars. I think this is going to be the biggest thing since Barbie. Honestly, it's going to be huge because why not? Why not? Everybody just get a Bud Light, go watch the movie, or hey, stay home and watch the animated show. Or hey, we got a TV show about these really cool kids who want to be monster truck drivers. Let's talk about it. I mean, I could see it. Yeah, let's do it.
Jesus.
Blackish meets Bigfoot.
I remember like 15 years ago, might have been longer than that. They were talking about like how young girls, like young teens, what is it called? Teenagers. They're going to be like the demographic to aim for when it comes to marketing. So like we ended up getting like Taylor Swift, stuff like that, Katy Perry.
Yeah.
So that's who is spending money. I think there's a young demographic of boys that are like, what toys am I supposed to play with? What shows am I supposed to watch? Like they might not want to watch a bunch of princess movies on Disney Plus, or they've watched all the How to Train Your Dragons.
Jackson.
Percy Jackson's actually good.
Do they have toys?
They might.
Yeah.
Not a lot of toys. I think this is going to be a demographic that's going to blow up and be marketable.
Yeah,
to a
because
younger-
boys have never been the demographic that everybody wants. The 18 to 49-year-old males. All the boys aren't 18 to 49.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of them are. Am I right? Am I right? No, but boys have always been that. Comic books are towards boys. You've got most of the TV shows are aimed towards boys. Yeah, there's a lot of boys. So
Not young boys.
they can kiss my ass. They can kiss my ass. Not young boys. Young boys cannot kiss my ass. We
Yeah.
are not clipping that.
Saying a lot of weird things this episode. A lot of weird things.
That is an alternate name for the episode. Is saying weird. Jen says weird shit. There we go. That's the name of the episode.
There we go.
All right, let's get into some
Well-
DC stuff.
Or we can
Yeah,
call it. Hey, We're gonna call it "Hey Frank, clip that." All right, let's get into this,
Hey,
ladies and
Frank,
gentlemen.
clip that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for James Gunn story time. It's the brave and the bold news, just not the headline. All right, let's let me get this. Oh, it is on screen. All right, there we go. Boom. Sorry.
That's you.
I know. I've got to like change a bunch of stuff. So Batman will crack codes as easily as he cracks skulls. James Gunn's vision for the brave and the bold is crystal clear. He wants a Batman who can throw hands and solve mysteries, not just a brooding bruiser or a gadget guy. The Caped Crusader needs to be equal parts martial artist and master sleuth. It's a nod to the comic roots of Bruce Wayne and a signal that the DCU's Batman won't be a clone of the past iterations. Not a one-note Batman. This version won't just brood in the shadows. He'll crack codes, break jaws, and attempt to raise Damian because shitty dad.
I think that's why he wants to crack codes and break jaws and not be at home.
Is to be less of a shitty dad?
He's like, oh, I cannot handle Damian. Alfred, take care of that. I like where he's going with it, though.
Same.
I've always said we need a detective Batman. Like he's not just let me punch this guy. We really, and some of the crap that the villains have gotten away with in the stories that have been told about Batman, it's like, come on, people. Batman is smarter than that. You don't take down the Riddler and not know how to outsmart people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they've been trying to move more in that direction. Just they haven't pushed it far enough in that direction of him being the world's greatest detective. You know, like
I think a lot of creatives have wanted to do that, and a lot of studios are like, no, because everybody likes the punchy. Make him punchy. I think that's what's killed it.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think James Gunn understands the level of the Warner Brothers live action wants just a guy who will punch a bunch of people and we don't care about the smart. But when it comes to fans and how wildly popular the animation stuff is, and you see the balance, like you look at any version of Kevin Conroy's Batman, and he's always the most intelligent person in the room, but can also beat the crap out of anybody that walks in that room. You know, so I mean, like,
right.
I think James Gunn is looking to do that. He wants to not recreate, but he wants to put a version of Batman on the screen that can rival Kevin Conroy.
That's solid.
Well, I definitely think so. You know, of all of the things that we've seen so far from James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU, he really wants the comics to be the unsung, like to be the singing hero. Like this,
right?
That's where he's getting everything from. Seems to be comics lore, and so I really like that. I like that he's doing that. I also like that there's Peter Safran and there's James Gunn. James Gunn is the creative side. Peter Safran makes all the money decisions and makes all that stuff work. So James comes to Peter and says, "This is what I want to do." And Peter goes, "Okay, I'll get you the money." And that's how they work. And that's the way it should be. You should have that kind of trust. I love that they're partners, and I'm all on board for all of this.
I like it. I think they just need to highlight his intelligence. We just need him solving like a good mystery. Like whether he's in the suit or not in the suit, you know, we just need to find a way to have a good mystery that he could solve and take the audience on a journey through that to show his intelligence and show that he's not just punchy.
Right.
Yeah. I like what Sewang said about him being in the League of Assassins. I think, yeah, definitely. I like Batman Begins, I think really started out really, really well. Like he was very much, I have to really go through all of this and like train myself. And I liked that. I liked seeing that training part of it. But yeah,
And,
I
I
agree
mean,
with that.
in Dark Knight,
Every
you get levels of it, but it's not. It's not. It didn't come across the way that that Nolan was trying to push it. Like you have the whole scene of him trying to recreate the ballistics and everything like that. And I mean, that's kind of a cool sequence, but that's when I mentioned earlier, he's pushing it in that direction, but they're not going full, in this whole sleuth thing where like in the Batman, they kind of go more that direction, him questioning people, him tracking down leads and things like that. So you get a little bit more of the detective. I want to see that highly intelligent, I'm smarter than everybody in the room version of Batman.
Right. And that how he can switch it to I'm just the silly playboy guy when
Right.
he's Bruce. Because I think that was it. Like in Batman Begins, we saw that, really saw that. In Dark Knight, it was less so.
Right.
And then in Dark Knight Rises, it was barely there.
My
He was
issue with Dark Knight
barely a
Rises was
detective.
he was kind of a coward by that point because he quit being Batman for
Yeah.
10 years because that was the one thing that bugged me about that version of Batman.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It was just kind of like, whatever.
yeah,
All
let's
right.
continue.
But you know what? We
It's
still
hard
have
because we all
Batman.
have our interpretations of what Batman should be or
Right.
who he should be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think everybody
Yep.
universally agrees that Batman wouldn't quit for 10 years because he had a broken heart, though. So, I mean,
Yeah. You
let's,
know what? Everyone wants a piece of Batman, though.
yeah. Oh, there you go.
Everyone. According to James Gunn, a lot of big name actors have reached out about donning the cowl. While no casting has been confirmed, the buzz suggests that the brave and the bold could be one of the most competitive roles in Hollywood. We're talking Scarlett O'Hara levels here, people. With Damian Wayne also set to appear, this Batman will need serious emotional range and serious fight choreography. Who do we want to don the cowl and raise the demon's head, child?
I've already said who I want to wear the cowl. I still think
No, he has already said he's not doing that. So you have to pick someone else, Phil.
that doesn't matter to me. I still think he's the one that he should be playing Batman.
He's not doing it. Get over it. Now move on. Who else?
I think he needs to do the same thing that they did with Superman and David Cornsweet. Find somebody that the mainstream media, pop culture doesn't quite know yet, and insert them so they become the new version of Batman, and there's no expectations. Like Cornsweet was amazing with his version of Superman,
right?
So they need to do the same thing with this version of Batman.
I agree. I was going to say when it comes down to it, to me, it doesn't matter who plays the character. Of course, I have the people that I want, but in the end, it should be somebody who is in their early to mid 30s. It needs to be someone who is in decent enough shape and has good enough acting chops that they can talk all the things that we talked about in the last segment or in the last story. All those things need to convey. They need to be able to convey extreme intelligence. They need to be able to convey a level of intimidation that makes you feel like almost uncomfortable to be in the room with them, right?
Mhm.
Batman needs to be able to exude that type of intimidation, and somebody who again, the intelligence and the brutalness. We don't need an absolute Batman just yet, right? Because absolute Batman would just be like nothing but brutal. But yeah, I mean, I want them to be tall. You know what I mean? Like I want someone. If Cornsweet is 6'4", I need someone to be about 6'4", 6'5".
And you just
Batman is not
described
as
The Rock.
tall as
He is.
Superman.
Same height.
They're not the same height.
Canonically, they're about the same height.
No. I think it's cute that you think they are, but they're not.
Bruce
Superman
Wayne
is supposed to stand head and shoulders above everyone. So Batman is supposed to be a little shorter. I'm just saying that's now they probably have them together as the same height, and Wonder Woman's not as tall as them because that's how they've kind of done it recently. But originally, Superman was the tallest, Wonder Woman was second, Batman was third. Because Batman is a human man and he's not as tall. Wonder Woman Mystical Amazon, little bit taller.
So I just looked up
Superman,
officially from
alien.
DC. Officially from DC, right?
Now,
Superman is only 1 inch taller than Batman.
okay. Superman's taller. You said they were the same height. I said they weren't.
It's
He's
1
not
inch.
supposed to be.
They're supposed to. They're
Uh,
almost the same height.
Okay, I'm just saying your expectation of somebody else being 6'4" is ridiculous.
David Cornsweet is 6'4", so I would want somebody about 6'.
Yeah, and David Cornsweet is a unicorn. We all know that. This is who I want.
He's
Can
got
you
the
see
face.
him?
Yeah. That's the dude from
Masters of the Air.
Masters
His name
of
is
the Air.
Nate Mann.
He's got the jawline. 100%. He has the jawline.
Look
He'd
at
have
this
to put on
picture.
some muscle. He'd have to put on some muscle. But I mean, like, he's got the jawline.
Well, hey, David Cornsweet didn't have the muscle, and he put it on.
Mhm.
He's got the broad shoulders and everything. I want Nate Mann. That is who I want. That is who I think. And I have said that since Masters of the Air came out. I said he should be. And people don't know who he is. Did you guys know his name was Nate Mann? Did you know you kind of recognized him from Masters of the Air? So we're getting James's thing in here. So I'm just saying, Nate Mann, keep him on your radar, people. If he gets it, I will die. I will be dead. I will be dead. Okay.
I thought we were all supposed to be super friends. Are they supposed to be super friends? Because Gunn teased that Peacemaker's deep-seated dislike of Superman will have ripple effects across the DCU. It's not just a throwaway gag. This tension could fuel ideological clashes and unexpected alliances, especially as the DCU builds towards bigger crossovers. Peacemaker's beef with Superman is so spicy, it might need a Justice Gang intervention. Hey, look, he looks pretty tall compared to John Cena. About an inch. Maybe John Cena plays Batman. How about that?
I think John Cena is actually too big to play Batman. Interestingly enough,
But Alan Rickson's not. Oh my gosh.
John Cena's way wider than Alan Rickson.
I am
John Cena-
so
John Cena.
I
is
am
so much
so
more
over
bulky.
you with this whole Batman thing.
John
I am
Cena
so
is
over it.
much more bulky than all of them. John Cena is massive.
I don't think he's bigger than Alan Rickson. I'm sorry. I don't think he is. I do not think he is. You can, you know what? You go to your Alan Rickson little altar and you pray to your God, Alan Rickson, and you tell him that you're sorry that Fray doesn't think that he should be Batman. I have said personally, some of the people that I think he would be, and he would just knock the hell out of it. But he's not going to be Batman. He has said it. James Gunn has
I know
said
he's
it.
not going to be Batman. I'm saying I still want him to be Batman. I already know he's not going to be Batman. He already said he's going to be another character in the DCU.
Right. He is. So I'm just saying, pick somebody else. Just open your mind a little. I would do it with Wonder Woman. You know I would. I am not asking you to do anything that I am not willing to do. James is going to kill us.
No, you're trying to kill each other. I'm like this, like separate.
You weren't. You were like this. You're trying to push us together.
By the way,
I love you, Phil. I love you. This is not real, everyone. We do this all the time. I am like totally fucking with them. Cause I know if Alan Rickson were Batman, I would be 100% on board with that. I think that, but I know he's not going to be Batman. And I think Nate Mann would be amazing. And yes, Jensen Ackles could be an amazing Batman, but he is too short.
He's too short. He's also too old. Jensen Ackles would be amazing because he's already played Batman and we already know that he's a good Batman. But again, he is way too short.
Just for reference, just for reference, Alan Richson is 6'3", John Cena is 6'1", And just to make things spicy, The Rock is 6'4". So maybe The Rock should be Batman. You know
No.
what I'm saying?
No.
Woo! Let's do it.
Nate Mann is 6 feet.
He's 6 foot. I
Oh
I
no,
looked him up already.
that's a hobbit. That's a hobbit. You kidding me?
I'm just saying, I still think he's going to. Yeah, he can wear platform shoes. Anthony Starr wears platform shoes to play Homelander, y'all.
He does actually.
He can fly.
So,
Anyways,
all right.
let's continue.
I think that this is interesting. I do think that Peacemaker having a hatred for Superman is an interesting take on it. Just saying. That's you, Phil.
It's me. Oh, is this okay? I'll take it. Gunn is pulling out all the stops and heartstrings. The Peacemaker season 2 finale will reportedly deepen the Superman thread, tying the Man of Steel more directly into Peacemaker's arc. Whether it's a mention, a confrontation, or a philosophical clash, James Gunn promises it'll be meaningful and messy. Peacemaker's got emotional damage and the vendetta that could power Brainiac's core. Ooh.
I like it. I'm so enjoying Peacemaker.
I absolutely love Peacemaker. I love everything about this show. We're gonna get into this in a little bit here, but just we called that reveal from like episode 1. All three of us, we called that reveal from episode 1.
Yeah, we did. We were all like, yeah.
Thursday night, I text Frank and I was like, "We called it, bro. We called it." He got
yeah. It was funny because like when I did my episode about Peacemaker, I was like, man, because I said, I was like, are you feeling this is a white supremacist like world? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. I'm not alone. Like, it's that kind of thing. So I think I'm pretty happy that we actually got that payoff. I mean, he wasn't like James Gunn wasn't hiding it. He just wasn't saying anything about it, which I find extremely interesting because the dude talks about everything.
But a lot of times he talks circles. Like a lot of times he will say things that mean nothing in the moment, but then mean something later on. And he's really good about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's what I was saying. I was like, I love that he comes out and he confirms things. And like, if there's a silly rumor, he's like, guys, that is not true. Stop listening to stuff. So we don't really get a lot of rumors that are DC now because of that, which I like to speculate. But also I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. But then we get story time with James Gunn because he talks about everything. So even if he's not giving us everything, he is still giving us stuff. So we get, so I do love him and I love how out there he is and how he wants to explain things and make sure people aren't getting their hopes up for something that's not going to happen. I do enjoy that, but I'm also like, I kind of want to get my hopes up a little. Let me get my hopes up.
This is definitely a good
it's
show
a
to
double-edged sword. Yeah.
This is a good show to like talk about from a week to week point of view. But I think he's doing a good job with not throwing it all out there. Like he's leaving the clues for us nerds to find and talk about week to week. But I know a lot of people who are watching this show enjoying it, and they didn't pick up on it until this latest episode dropped. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they're like, oh my god. So they're having fun with it. So it's kind of good for everybody.
I like that. I do like, and I like that the end credit scenes that he does credit scenes that he does in this show, and then also like with Superman, and I'm sure with others. It isn't something that's moving the story forward necessarily, but it is something fun that we still like to see. So I think, and I like that. I like that it's, something like that. Because back in the day, y'all, end credits were like the bloopers, or they were just like some weird scene that they were like, this was really funny, but we didn't want to keep it in the movie kind of thing. And so, and I like that. I've always been a fan of stuff like that. So, you know what else I'm a fan of? The enemy of my friend is still useful. or however that saying goes. Is it the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
The enemy of my friend is my enemy?
No. The enemy of my
Where does
enemy.
useful come in? Does useful come in somewhere? Anyway, never
No.
mind. Mid-season,
None of
Peacemaker
this is
dropped a
useful.
huge DCU cameo and introduced a chilling alternate reality twist. Fans are still dissecting the implications, especially as the show leans harder into multiverse mechanics and moral ambiguity. One cameo, one chilling twist. This episode's got more dimensions than a Crisis crossover.
Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to say
So,
anything?
well, I mean, I did put the cameo in there because I didn't know if everybody had seen it or not. But I feel like all of us were going down the right path with who we thought might come out, like might be the people, like the big A-list cameo
Right.
that they were gonna get. I was thinking hero. I think we all were thinking like, what other heroes would be in this? And so we didn't go for, hey, what villains could be in this? Since Peacemaker comes from Task Force X, maybe
Right.
and you need a villain to understand a villain kind of thing. And so, although I think no. So yeah, so I was really excited and happy about seeing the guy.
Oh, it's a guy? What? I watched an interview. I think it was actually Brandon Davis actually was interviewing James Gunn, and they were talking about it, and they were saying how they intentionally put the sets for the movie Superman and Peacemaker so close together so they can pull off things like this, and
Yeah,
James Gunn can be back and forth between the two sets. So yeah, I thought it was cool. He said they even filmed this piece in the middle of filming Superman.
Right.
So it's
yeah,
kind of
and like
interesting.
there's like in the finale, there's like one scene that takes place in the same room as like all the government types were in, and that there's actually a scene there from Peacemaker. It's the same exact room, and they filmed it at the same time with Superman. Like, so that's why there's a picture of both of them in their respective, like,
Costumes. Yeah.
yeah, in respective like outfits, and in a picture together. So yeah.
I dig it.
I mean, if that cameo is coming, do you think we're gonna get Big Blue?
Supposedly no. So they're saying that we won't get a Big Blue cameo in this, but I mean,
Oh wait,
any-
we have a story about that. Never mind.
yeah, I was gonna say anything from James Gunn can be a swerve. So or he's really good about like, hey, saying one thing but not fully saying something, and it ends up being something
Right,
similar.
yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
moving on. Let's go ahead and keep moving here because we still have a lot to
Yeah,
cover and
'cause
not that much time left.
we're in the Peacemaker part of the show. So
Yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead and continue on here. It's in the comics, we swear, guys. It really is what we're going to talk about right now. After speculation that Peacemaker season 2 was drawing parallels to real world politics, James Gunn clarified that the Earth X storyline is rooted in comics lore, not commentary. Still, the show's themes of authoritarianism and resistance are hitting pretty hard right now. Earth X is less Capitol Hill, more Hall of Justice meets Twilight Zone. So yeah, I mean, it's not it's not meant to, it is meant to be a commentary on what's happening right now, but it's not meant to be a commentary on what's happening right now. It is pure James Gunn anti-authoritarian punk,
yeah.
right? Like this, regardless of what's happening in the world right now, he probably still would have wrote the same story.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but that there is Earth X is that.
Right.
So it's not like, yeah, so it's in the comics. It's been in the comics for a long time.
Right.
And yeah, it's just not something that people go, hey, we're gonna all go to Earth X tonight. Yeah, they don't do that. That's not something you say.
Yeah.
So,
And
so yeah,
Yahtzee Superman is something that exists. So
yeah, yeah.
Again,
So,
I think he planned this a long time ago, and
yeah,
it fits, and it just happens to be a
mhm.
coincidence of whatever's happening in the world right now. Nobody talks about the Arrowverse going to Earth X, and that being an issue, even when it happened. It was just
right.
like, oh, it's a
Yeah,
storyline, so whatever. It
yeah.
Also,
is.
It's just,
keep in
look at
mind,
that.
it's like keep in mind how long ago they filmed this, and
Yeah,
then on top
Mhm,
of that, how long ago he wrote this.
yeah.
mhm.
Because he wrote season 2 way long time ago before everything that's going on in the world right now. Like, so anybody who's sitting there saying like, "Oh yeah, no, he wrote this because of this," is like that's not how writing works.
No.
This stuff was done a long time ago. Like I said, this story would have been the same regardless of the time that it was done. If this movie would have been made 10 or the show would have been made 10 years ago, it would have been the same exact story.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
know what that means, though? The Earth X. You know what we're gonna get.
Oh, I really
We're
hope.
gonna get to our next story because it's gonna tell us right now.
Right. I really hope we do get here. I I'm gonna comment after you say something. Go. Read.
GI Robot and Vig Vigilante together, a bromance made in a lab. James Gunn revealed that the alternate dimension storyline of Peacemaker was inspired by Cold War paranoia and dystopian fiction. And yes, G.I. Robot is officially making his live action debut, adding pulp sci fi weirdness to the already chaotic mix. G.I. Robot's live action debut proves Gunn's pulling characters from the deepest corners of the DC vault. Next up, Batcow?
Did he didn't say whether GI Robot ends up in Peacemaker or not, right? But he
No. So,
said that he is
No,
gonna make a live action.
he
right.
is. No, he is gonna be in Peacemaker.
Is he?
He said it in the director's commentary of Spider-Man or not Spider-Man, of Superman. And yeah, said that he's making his live action debut in
From what I
Peacemaker.
understood is that he said that GI Robot's making a live action debut, but then he said it's not gonna be in Peacemaker. So I don't know. I'm confused on that.
I thought he said it was, and then he said, I can't say anything else because I don't know when this commentary is coming out. He thought the commentary would be out after Peacemaker's finale. So,
Interesting. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense tying everything
but
together, especially with Rick Flag Sr.
mhm. Well, and so my thing was, about that my thing. So Husby said, he was like, "Well, is he gonna be alternate in the alternate world, like Planet X or Earth X, or is he gonna be from the DCU core world?" And that's and he's gonna go back for it. I think he's gonna be from the core world, and they're gonna take him to the other one.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it's
Yeah.
not a full on GI Robot shows up in the show. I want it to be like at the very end, the post credit scene of the entire show is Rick Flag Sr. brings GI Robot to Earth X, and it just ends on him going Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
can
would be
infer
amazing.
like you can infer that GI Robot just basically killed everybody in Earth
Yeah.
X.
He just opens the door, lets him in, and then Nazis, and then door closes, and that's it.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Nazis.
I mean, I think that would be great. If we got a GI robot from Earth X, can you imagine? And then like him and Vigilante are BFF, like Vigilante thinks he and Peacemaker are BFF. That would be also pretty
Could
funny
be
too.
like
So
Sons of Liberty type thing. Like maybe they programmed
yeah,
him to hate
yeah.
Nazis.
I really think Vigilante, like I think that we're gonna see like Husby said that he thought, what if like Leota, like I call her Leota, everybody else calls her Adebayo or ads. Adebayo and Amanda Waller are like the head of the Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
And like, that would be kind of cool. And
Yeah,
so like all the Anyway, we're
Yeah,
getting a little
I
too
thought that was
deep in
good.
this.
I was
so.
thinking that too. I think I mentioned that to Frank on Challenge Accepted.
Mhm.
The same
Yeah,
thing.
I think you did. Yeah, I remember listening to it, and I think you did. Yeah.
All right, who's got the next one? Is it me?
I believe it's you, sir.
All right. Superman looms large. I mean, hey, he's 6'4", definitely taller than Batman. James Gunn confirmed that David Cornsweet's Superman does not appear in Peacemaker season 2, but his presence is felt. The character looms large in the narrative, shaping Peacemaker's worldview and the show's broader DCU connection. Superman's off screen, but his cape casts a shadow longer than the Daily Planet building. All right, so kind of answered our questions, our speculation. No
Yeah.
soups,
Yeah.
no soups in Peacemaker. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily need to see Superman in the show, but I mean, like, the references are good enough. I mean, we've already seen multiple characters from the movie show up in this show, connecting the
Mhm.
universe. So I don't necessarily need to see Superman in it,
Yeah, he's probably on the moon with Crypto, hanging out.
right?
Yeah. Maybe he's like watching Peacemaker be an idiot up there with Crypto. Like,
Yeah.
in that post-credit scene for Superman. That's part of the next story that Phil has.
Let's move right along. So we're gonna jump into this last story here.
It wasn't there's 2, but it wasn't it it wasn't the best transition, but it
Oh,
was
sorry.
very succinct.
Yeah. Sorry. $13 million. I mean, views. Is that okay? Superman has officially soared, racking up 13 million views in its first 10 days on HBO Max. That makes it the platform's biggest movie launch since Barbie. And a major
Gotta mention
win.
Barbie.
Yeah, and a major win for Gunn's DCU rollout. With David Cornsweet in the cape and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, the film's blend of optimism and action is striking a chord faster than a speeding bullet, stronger than Barbie's box office. This Superman's flying high. And for all the people who are complaining online about how much Superman is not as good as Snyder, shut up. I kind of already knew that it was gonna just massively destroy streaming records because people don't want to see movies right now.
Yeah.
You know? And
People want to stay home.
Well,
Nobody wants to go outside.
The other thing is the pandemic got all of us used to the idea of, hey, I've got a really nice TV and I've got the streaming service. Why pay $15 to $20 for a ticket with $40 worth of snacks when I can just make snacks at home and watch the movie when it comes out on streaming in like 3 months?
And bonus, no palm oil.
Right. So again, with all the people who are complaining online saying that Zack Snyder's Man of Steel made so much more money with inflation, they sold so many more tickets. That doesn't matter in this world where we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because in the world we're in right now, people don't want to spend the money. On top of that, we don't got that much money to spend.
Right.
And we're about to be in the world of tomorrow. Who's got the next one?
Clark and Lex and Brainy, shut up and take my money. James Gunn just shared a photo of the completed Man of Tomorrow. I mean, just shared. It's been a week. Script, and fans immediately zoomed in on the details, especially the not so subtle hint that Brainiac may be the sequel's villain. With Superman already a streaming juggernaut, this follow-up promises to go bigger, weirder, and way more cerebral. If Brainiac's in play, expect cosmic stakes, AI dread, and a test of Superman's compassion versus cold logic. Brains and brawn find a way to coexist to take down our AI overlord. I bet it gets punchy.
I hope it does. I've been waiting so long for Brainiac to be on screen, and the idea that we may be getting Brainiac, because it's not confirmed, but we all assume based on visuals and the way that he's described the script that we're going to see Brainiac. I'm I'm more curious about how he is going to introduce the character and what version of Brainiac we're going to get.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Is that I think Man of Tomorrow is not obviously not Superman. They're talking about Brainiac being the
Right.
Man of Tomorrow because he's, the technological higher achievement
Mhm.
that a lot of people want. Elon Musk, I'm looking at you. Anyway, we said, like, we tagged this. I said, I think it's Brainiac. Like, we were talking about when they came out with when Jim Lee did that little drawing of Superman and Lex was in his green and purple suit. I said, Lex doesn't get in his green and purple suit until Brainiac. And Phil, you were right there with me. James, were you there? I think you were. I think you were there. I think we all agreed on that. I think it's going to be Brainiac. I love this idea. I think Brainiac is the one that we need to do because it gives Lex and it gives Clark a reason to team up.
Correct. I 100% agree with all that. There's like
Mhm.
almost no notes on that because it's Brainiac is a new villain that we haven't seen on screen, and that's something that we need. We don't want to rehash the same villains we've been seeing in every movie. Two, he is the only threat that will cause Superman and Lex to work together. It's like Apocalypse for the Brotherhood and the X-Men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It is the one character that will make Lex almost put aside the amount of loathing he has for Superman because he understands the threat that Brainiac poses.
In this being that they make this the next like Superman, like it's not necessarily a Superman movie, but it kind of is a Superman movie, where Superman and Lex are kind of the co-leads. We already have established, James Gunn and Peter Safran have established that the cosmic is already there. The
Right.
way he introduced Superman, we've got a Green Lantern already that has been established that we know of. Hawk Girl, we don't know where she gets her little screeching thing from. And so there's a lot, there are pocket universes. Everybody seems to be fairly comfortable with cosmic stuff.
Right.
So having Brainiac in the second movie is actually a really good idea because he's cosmic.
Mhm.
And so we bring not just tease it a little, but we actually bring cosmic in there. Hey, this is a threat from the cosmos to Earth.
Mhm.
So we need heroes that can stand up to a cosmic threat.
Absolutely.
So we may see Green Lanterns in there. We may see other people in there that are more comfortable with a cosmic threat than our street level heroes like Batman or so it really makes a lot of sense.
And having
Supergirl's
them
going to
all
be out there in space.
Mhm.
We're bringing space to us. Lobo's probably going to be in it. So
and having them all team up in a way where they have to fight a cause. This gives you an excuse to have the Justice League have to come together because Brainiac is that level threat. There's three major villains in DC that you can coalesce a Justice League movie around. Brainiac is one, Darkseid is another, Mongol the Conqueror. So I mean, and I need Mongol the Conqueror at some point because he is such a badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
If The Rock comes back, I actually wouldn't mind The Rock playing Mongol the Conqueror.
It's not bad. He's got the tights for
or
it.
Darkseid. I think he could play a good Darkseid actually.
Mhm.
Because he's got that really deep voice and he can do that deep and he he doesn't look like concrete. I always thought that Darkseid looked kind of concretey, but yeah, he could play Darkseid. Oh, he'd be really good Darkseid.
Mhm. But Mongol has the charisma, and that's where I think The Rock would do well as Mongol.
Does Mongol play a little ukulele?
In tights, in purple tights.
In purple tights. I mean, he probably does while he's in Los Angeles. Well, let's Let's do this, guys. From Crandon's Tombstone debut to Gunn's Batman wishlist and Brainiac teases, the fandom furnace is blazing. It's time for the Geek End update, where cosplay meets crowd control. The pop culture pulse goes live. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it on.
All right. LA Comic-Con, September 26th through the 28th at the Convention Center down in LA. So let's talk about it. This is one of the biggest events of the year. Young Phil, the DeLongs, Tyler, they were all there. Can't wait to hear about it because the pictures, the images were great. The panels were amazing. So let's get the DeLongs on here. Let's talk about it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back our con aficionados, our con correspondents, our creative juggernauts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Long Family Cosplay.
Creative juggernaut. That's a new one.
I mean, that's the only way you can really describe Jeff. He's a creative juggernaut.
Yeah.
So, guys, we did LA Comic-Con this weekend. It was absolutely amazing. The show was really good. They changed the layout.
Hold on. Let's pull back because DeLongs, wasn't this your first LA Comic-Con?
Yes, it was.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's set it up a little bit because we know you've been to a gazillion cons. Was this the biggest con as far as like square footage that you've been to?
Hard to say now since SAC Anime is expanded to like 4 buildings.
Also, Silicon.
Oh yeah, and Silicon, when it was still a thing, that was pretty huge. Paramorphicon, to me, last year we went for the first time. That seemed humongous. So this is just up
Galaxy.
there.
All right.
This is just up there with being one of the big ones.
So I want to know about your experience, like getting there, seeing what it's like, going to, a con down in LA, and things are always so spread out. So what was like getting to LA Comic-Con?
The drive was nice. I mean, I've driven to LA before, so the drive was pretty decent, normal. Didn't die.
It's always good.
When we got there, it was nice. It was good. The first night we were there, we got to walk around. We got to see some friends that we knew were gonna be there already. Some we knew like a couple days before. We were like, wait, you're going? You're gonna be actually in LA Comic-Con? So like Project Wish Upon a Star was obviously there because they're always there. And then they were teamed up with Geek Saga, and that was really cool to hang out and see them. And then my favorite clothing designers, the Grumpy Cookies, were there and had a booth, which was totally awesome to see, and so happy for them that a small independent company was able to get in to LA Comic-Con all the way out from Sacramento. And of course, our friend Cindy Rue Cosplays had 2 different panels related to cosplay, and we went and saw them to support.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
What did you think of the exhibit floor?
The floor was good. They divided it into 2 spots this time. Actually, 3 spots. So there was the main floor, which was like all the people selling just standard vendor type stuff. And then downstairs they put the artist alley, and then wrapped around the other side of the building there was the horror section. So we ended up getting to those 3. There was also a gaming section in a whole nother hall. We never got that far, but we did get to those main 3 halls right there. Let's see. There was a lot down in the lower area. This is one of the vendors from the lower area there, from the
friend of the show, Jay Photos, who's been on the show.
And then there was all these right here are really dope statues that were up on the main floor. There were a whole booth selling these things, and the freaking quality on them is so high. But, I did end up buying. I got merch.
He got merch, people.
So Ewoks are better than hobbits.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what is it? I can't.
Hold on, I'm gonna put them on the screen.
It's called Ewoks Are Better Than Hobbits by a creator called Johnny P313.
So
Cool.
And then me and Phil on our way out on the last day both got little tiny Medal of Ultron comics. So that was awesome.
How bad was the BO?
Not bad. I didn't really catch it.
It wasn't super bad. There were like some people every now and then that would like walk by and just waft BO, but I mean like it wasn't like super bad where like you just like constantly inhaling body odor.
Yeah, there was no room.
Okay, good.
But I did get to save Artax.
He did save our tax. So I'm gonna get into our food journey here in a minute, but like so they shortened the main hall. So like on the left side, they kind of like cut pieces of it off, but they put like Artist Alley was physically bigger. They didn't put Artist Alley in the main hall, and they put it in Kentia Hall, which is downstairs. And Kentia Hall, like Artist Alley was way bigger than it's been in years past. They also put all of the celebrities and the photo ops down there. So the celebrities and the photo ops were down there with all of the Artist Alley, which was kind of cool.
Oh, nice. So it gave a reason to get down to the Artist Alley,
right,
away from the exhibit floor.
Oh, that's
okay,
neat.
interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
It focused on our Artist Alley a lot more. It's just the thing is that we didn't know where it was until like Sunday.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that's partially us not paying attention because there's a big sign when you walk in that says Artist Alley, Kentia Hall downstairs. Like, oh, okay.
But we also didn't know about the horror area until Saturday night when we were leaving from the screening we went to.
Right. So where
Wait,
photo ops
they had horrors? They had
yes.
horrors? I didn't know LA did horrors. I thought that was Vegas.
It's LA. LA, the literally Figueroa is nothing but horrors. Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
on the side.
Horror. Scary stuff.
But no, so what they did was so where photo ops used to be, they put like a whole like horror section there. So it was like anyone that had like horror themed anything, and then they put like a carnival experience in there with like a bunch of like actors playing like evil clowns and stuff. That's what you see at the end of it.
The Carnival.
Like Carnival, yeah. So
Well,
that's really cool.
There was like a bunch of clowns wandering around. That's that dude at the end. There's a handful of other ones. There was one chick that was really tall and stilts collecting a tooth tax. So if you gave her a tooth, you would get free merch from them. The haunted car wash seemed to be like the center focal point of the whole thing. And then they also in the very back of it, they had like a little haunted carnival, haunted house thing that you could go through.
Right. Now West Hall, which was always been gaming, they put something there called Akiba Station, and Akiba Station basically was a focus on anime. So when I was talking with Nicole, James, Nicole, when I was talking with Nicole at the end of the show, she said West Hall was the busiest it's ever been in the 15 years they've been doing the show. And it's because they added Akiba Station to it. And Akiba Station just like it attracted a lot of people to the anime side, which also put a lot into the gaming side. So they said that this was easily one of the biggest shows that they've done in the last 15 years, which is also going to give them an excuse to expand next year.
Awesome. Glad to see the show's doing well.
Yeah. Awesome. So I mean, it was really cool. Again, we went to a whole bunch of panels. We got some interviews. Now the interviews, I want to tell this whole thing right here. It happened by chance. So I was walking where I thought Artist Alley was supposed to be, right? And I'm just like, oh, there's a lot of vendors, but I don't see any artists. Like, what's going on here? And I look over as I'm walking by this big, just big, massive booth. And friend of the show, Bobby Costanzo, is there. Harvey Bullock from Batman, the animated series.
Nice.
And so I'm like, oh, let me go stop by and say what's up to Bobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go say hi to him. At first he doesn't remember me, which I kind of expected because
we interviewed him at Gem State Comic Con like a couple years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. So I reminded him, yeah, no, I was the guy who interviewed you on stage at Gem State 2 years ago, and then he remembered me. He was like, oh yeah, that's right, I remember doing that interview, and he got excited. And I was like, yeah, it's online if you ever want to listen to it, right? So the guy sitting next to him, who I think is his handler, wink, wink, I think is his handler, is like, oh yeah, can we find that anywhere? And I was like, yeah, it's at Distance Nerding. If you anywhere where you find
a podcasts,
you can download that. And so he was like, okay, cool, I'll check it out. And I was like, no, I'll do you one better, man. I'll send it to you right now. So I end up using AirPlay and sending it to him. And he got really excited because he was like, oh man, I get to listen to this. This is gonna be cool. We're doing a show in Dallas next week, and I'm driving as soon as we're done here, so I'm gonna go and listen to that. Thanks for sending that to me. He goes, by the way, my name is James, and I run this table. If there's anybody you want to get any interviews with over the weekend, I've got 9 different people from Batman that are here right now.
Awesome.
And I shit you not that when I say my eyes widened and I look like a kid in a candy store, as soon as he mentioned that, I went, really? And I start looking around because I didn't notice anybody else besides Bobby because I had focused on just Bobby. Right. And so,
yeah,
he goes, hey, yeah, ask anybody who's here if they want to do an interview. And as long as they have time, then we can do that. So I end up getting Frank Power, who is director, writer, storyboard director for Batman the Animated Series and Gargoyles and a bunch of other things. I end up getting Stan Berkowitz, whose episode is out right now. Stan Berkowitz was a writer and a story editor. And then Diane Pershing, Poison Ivy herself.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Right? And Ingrid Aliu, who is Renee Montoya.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's
The original Renee Montoya. And I go do research and everything like that. All of them enjoyed the interview, but me and Ingrid really connected because, funny enough, she's from LA, but she knows a lot of people from San Francisco. She's Nicaraguan.
Oh.
And I'm also Nicaraguan, so we connected on that, right? And that was once the interview comes out, you guys will hear that. But we really connected on that, and on a pretty deep level. And it was just really cool having that. And then on top of that, we went to go see a movie. We were just walking by a booth on Saturday for about 2 hours. We were actually in our costumes, and we walked by a booth, and this guy stops us, and he's like, "Hey, you guys are Deadpools." Well, this guy was in Deadpool, right? And it's Hugh Scott, who he makes the what's her name?
Meredith Baxter.
Meredith Bernie Baxter. So he's the one that makes the joke about getting a Dutch oven for Meredith Bernie Baxter in the first Deadpool movie.
Meredith Baxter Bernie.
Yeah. Right. He's the one where he goes, I want to get a Dutch oven by Meredith Baxter Bernie. And he goes, I want to give a Dutch oven to Meredith Baxter Bernie. He's the dude that makes that joke, right? He's like his friend in jail, right? When they're in the facility. So we talked to Hugh Scott, we go watch this movie, and he gives me his personal number. And he's gonna book on the show. We booked Scott Butler from Agatha All Along on the show. He's going to be coming on the show on Saturday, the October 11th. And
What?
Yeah, he's going to. I booked him on a side day because he can't do weekdays.
Okay.
So if any of you guys are available, please. But yeah, no,
I'll be available.
yeah,
I can be available.
especially
Be
for somebody from. But yeah, so we ended up having like a lot of good interactions. We met a lot of creators, a lot of people booked on the show. I met another podcaster that she was very eccentric, but she was very fun. All right, Steffi Schultz,
Sharky,
right? And it's funny because at the end of the show, when I was saying bye to Darren and everybody at Project Wish, she made her way over to Project Wish to talk to Scott Butler, right? And she's having a conversation with him, doesn't notice that I'm there. I'm like, hey, Steffi. She goes, oh my God, I love that guy. He's amazing. We had so much fun, and she booked on the show as well because I was telling her, I want to promote your podcast because she's all about positivity and everything like that, and about like creative positivity. So I love the idea of that, and I was like, I need you on the show. So yeah, we connected with a lot of good people over the show. It was a massive success.
Yeah,
Good,
she's not
good,
just
good.
she's also like a PA and like a cameraman or something like that.
Yeah, she's also a filmmaker. So I mean, she's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it sounds like you met a lot of people. How was hanging out with some of the friends that we know, like Geek Saga, Comics, Project Wish Upon a Star? Did you see Jamie Girac? That.
So we did go see Jamie Girac. I went to go see Lido live, and that was fun. I had a whole conversation with her after the show, and she was talking about how be on the lookout. She wants us to guest on her show soon.
Awesome.
So whether it's any of us, but I mean, like, she wants us to guest on the show. And she was talking about how she really wants to do Jeopardy. She's just always busy on Fridays.
Right.
But she was just like, yeah, like one of these days I'm gonna have a free Friday and I'm gonna play that, because she goes, I went back and watched one of them, and she was just like, it looks super fun, and I was like, it's absolutely fun. So Jamie's in on that. Of course, Protect Tony, hashtag Protect Tony. But I actually met Tony this year because I didn't get to meet him last year. And Tony's amazing. Yes, 757 Hustle. This is live. But yes, we got to. I talked to Jamie Girac for a little bit. I talked to Tony, and Tony was awesome. And yeah, so we had a we had a really good time with that as well. So I mean, again, the show was great. I saw the guys from Comics. They actually saw me on the con floor as I was walking around. They stopped me and we had a nice conversation for a little bit. I talked to Eugene over at Geek Saga for a little while. He had some trivia going on over at Project Wish. He had his own like little space section, which was kind of cool. Of course, saw everybody at Project Wish. Love seeing Darren, love seeing V. They're amazing in everything they do. Their thing that they're selling this year, because they always sell creative stuff. A cereal box that was like a Project Wish Upon a Star cereal box, but on the inside it comes with a custom bowl and spoon that had like old school Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters on it.
That's fun.
Oh, awesome.
And they were random too, so it wasn't like you couldn't get the same one twice.
Oh, that's so cool. I love old Hanna-Barbera. I had the lunchbox, and I still have the thermos from my lunchbox. That was a Hanna-Barbera.
Nice.
I'll get it out at some point. I'll show it to you guys.
So yeah, the show in general, LA Comic-Con was amazing. It was really good. Again, we took a lot of pictures. We tried to get as many cosplay pictures as we could as we were walking around, when we weren't like stressed about getting to the next panel or setting up the next interview or something like that. It's kind of like once you actually start setting everything up, you start to realize that there's not enough time in the weekend to do everything you want.
Divide and conquer.
Right. Oh, I also talked to Kevin Altieri, the art god of Batman the Animated Series himself. And he after having a conversation with him, he saw the interaction I had with a lot of people at the booth. He was like, dude, I would love to do your show because you guys sound like really fun.
Awesome.
Because there's two people that, aside from Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, that made that show possible, and that was Andrea Romano and Kevin Altieri.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So tell me more. I mean, we've been talking about a bunch of different stuff. Tell me more. Tell me about the after party. You said you went out. You did a lot of food stuff.
So the after party was absolutely terrible, and I didn't want to. I know. I don't want to do on that. It wasn't.
Just didn't live up to what you wanted.
Yeah, it wasn't really our thing. Which is it's fine. But we did do a lot of food exploration to the point where, we don't always do food posts for our food journeys that we do at the con, but I had to make a food post. So I'm going to read this to you guys here because just like the way I wrote it, I actually really liked it. So this weekend's food journey at Comic-Con LA was amazing. We start off on Friday with our traditional Scum and Villainy Cantina visit, got food, got drinks, and Jeff saved Artax. Revisionist history. Did we all get? Okay, yeah, he's showing Artax right there. Saturday morning, we hit Breakfast Republic, and the food was also super amazing. Worth a visit if you're in LA. So shout out to Breakfast Republic. Sunday morning, we went to Duchess DTLA and got some awesome breakfast and coffee. The sandwiches were really good. Probably one of the best breakfast chicken sandwiches I've ever had in a long time. I do apologize I didn't get a pick, but I forgot. But it's definitely definitely going to be our new breakfast spot after a night at Scum and Villainy. Check them out, and their horchata donut was bomb AF. We then went to Trejo's Tacos. That's right. Boom! Look at that right there, Danny Trejo's taco place. Sunday night for dinner, and it was absolutely delicious and flavorful. That's an issue when you run into some restaurants. There's not enough flavor, but they didn't really have that problem. The flavors were amazing. I recommend carnitas or the barbacoa on anything, and the breakfast tacos are so worth getting. Last, but definitely not least, and this is my favorite breakfast of the entire weekend. Our breakfast on the way out was from Egg Tuck, and it was heaven in an egg. The fluffiest eggs I've ever had in my life. Super crispy bacon, and the coffee had amazing flavor in comparison to other places I've been to. Overall, we made no bad choices on food, and I had to shout out Jeff and Sandra because they picked all the food, did all the research. They made no bad choices on all the food that we went to. It was absolutely amazing. Now also we did do our traditional and for Eric's birthday, we all got the Trejo cerveza, which is like a Mexican lager. Nice. So we got that in honor of Eric, and we text him a picture just because we wanted to make sure that we were getting a drink in his honor. But also, so we all did our traditional. What's the name of the drink?
Malort.
No.
That's
Yeah, I know he got a sticker of it. But Jeff, if you look at his face right there, looks like a freaking war boy.
Hold on.
The amount of silver on his face.
Oh man, yeah, that's a
He got
witness
it
me.
Yeah, we got
witness me. That's
so hold on. You went to Scum and Villainy. How was it? Tell us about your experience at Scum and Villainy.
We got food. We got drinks. Not gonna fully go into everything, but yes, I am. Sandra had a drink and a half and was absolutely ripped for the entire night, whereas me and Jeff had like 10 drinks and we were fine.
I did not eat beforehand. I said that.
11.
None of us
had
did.
11. You had 12. I had 13.
That's kind of some weak sauce there, Sandra Betty.
I had an empty stomach.
We all did.
Also, Tyler has a new nickname.
Yes, Tyler has a new nickname.
Tyler
Well,
Tyler has a new
is it
nickname.
Tiny Tot?
It is Tiny Tot. I am not. I cannot say how he got that nickname on air because it's not kosher. But
Oh, well, okay.
I will tell you guys that story. That is his new nickname moving forward.
Gotcha.
But also, when we got down there Friday, Phil decided he needed a haircut. So the rest of us got bored and wandered into a video game shop.
called King of Games.
Yeah, we had to
So-
kill 2 hours.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up grabbing Sega Genesis, Aero Monsters, got
Wow.
Road Rash for Genesis,
Uh-huh.
and Force Unleashed.
Oh, look at that.
And
That's
then
the first
I
one.
got, of course, for Super Nintendo, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Nice.
Must
nice.
have.
And
Yes.
also
yes.
for the Sega or Super Nintendo, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
Is
Oh,
that
wow.
with the gold Ranger or White Ranger? Is he Gold
White
Ranger
Ranger.
or White Ranger? He's White
White
Ranger. Okay.
Ranger.
Yep, that was Ivan Ooze.
Yay.
That's right. So yeah, guys. Overall, we had a great weekend. The experience in itself was elevated to another level. I think part of it is just because the amount of access that we have now in comparison to what we've had years before, and just yeah, and some of the friends that we had. Again, shout out to Joe Deckelmeyer. He gave me his entire schedule of everything that he was of all the times he was on stage. We tried to go out and support him as much as we could.
Awesome.
Shout out to Jamie Girac. We went out to her panel and tried to support her. Shout out to Cindy Rue Cosplay. We went and supported her panels. We tried to support our friends as much as we could while we were there, given everything else that was going on at the show. So
Also,
Yeah.
that movie that we went and saw the premiere of, it was a really good movie. It's called Hack.
God, it's so ridiculous.
It is a ridiculous movie, but if you get a chance, watch it. Not the most child-friendly thing if you're not like gore, violence, and horrible things like that. But
Oh, so
it-
not
it's
me.
good.
That's
It was really good.
It's a not me
It's
movie.
It's funny.
It's
very funny.
more like gory comedy. It's more like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or
Or like, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah,
I would say on par with Dylan Tucker versus Evil.
Oh,
where
yeah.
they-
Okay. I love that movie. Yeah.
Tucker and Dale?
I'll
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, it's more on par with
Love
like that.
Tucker and Dale.
yeah, and
They're
the
like
movie,
The wood chipper and all that. It's very on par with that.
yeah, the movie is starring Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl Grimes on The Walking Dead.
I don't know who that is. I don't know any of that.
Coral.
Carl. He's the son.
I
from
never watched The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he's the son from The Walking Dead.
Oh,
Well,
he's Carl.
for
Oh, he's
everyone
the one
else-
that they made the meme about.
That's why me and James just went Carl, like he was that guy.
I don't know. I have an ex-husband named Carl, so it could have been that. I don't know.
I was doing research on the movie. It looks like you can find it on Amazon Prime. So
Oh,
you
cool.
might wanna
Definitely
check
I
watch
it
have
out.
Amazon Prime.
It's very
Yeah.
funny. It's very outrageous, and it's very much an ADHD movie.
Okay. All right. You sold me on ADHD.
Well, awesome. It looks like it was an amazing con. It sounds like it's probably the biggest LA Comic Con that there's been. Seems like it's grown so much, and glad you guys had a good time.
Absolutely, guys. Hopefully we're able to do another recap on the show. I'm working on trying to get someone from one of the executives from LA Comic Con on the show so we can do a recap. So
Also,
that'd
if
be
you guys
great.
want to see this video and there's like a couple of parts with actual audio to it, we're going to be posting that on our reels after the show.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome. On Instagram?
Probably Instagram, YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Where we're
so
on
a
the road
short
to
is it going to
200.
be is it a short, or are you guys doing like long form on YouTube?
Sure,
Where could they find
it's
that?
under the 3-minute window.
Okay. And it's going to be on your channel?
Yes.
Yes.
What
It's
can you
for
tell
a
us
handle.
the name? Yeah. I'm
The
looking-
Long Sam cosplay.
There you
Hey,
go.
look at that.
Yeah. We're a little slow. Still tired from the weekend.
It's okay.
Remember, guys.
You're not used to me feeding you stuff.
Remember,
Bill
guys,
is.
they are still on the quest for 200. If you are not subscribed to DeLong Fam Cosplay, and that is DELONGFAMCOSPLAY on YouTube. If you're not currently subscribed to DeLong Fam Cosplay, what are you waiting on, guys? Go and subscribe to DeLong Fam Cosplay. Once they hit 200 subscribers, they're going to be giving away a bunch of prizes and stuff. So get on that, guys.
Yeah, no spaces, all one word.
Awesome.
DeLong
I like it.
Fam Cosplay.
That's right.
Yes,
so what's the next show that we're doing, James?
Well, coming up, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here quicker than we think it is. But Fandom Con is in San Jose, November 7th, 8th, and 9th at the San Jose Convention Center. It's gonna be a big show. It's gonna be, I think, twice as big as it was last year, I think is what they're saying. But a lot of guests, a lot of Star Trek guests, 100. A lot of Power Rangers are going to be there, including Austin St. John, and Sandra's going to go get another hug from Walter Jones. So it's going to be amazing. Friend of the show, Carl Perez, is going to be there again. Rita Repulsa herself. It's going to be awesome. Just to run through. Oh, Amber Lee Connors, who you just interviewed up in Metal Art Comic Con.
Absolutely amazing. I loved her. I kind of want to get her interview out before that show, just so we can boast it.
She'll be there. So it's so many different franchises are going to be there. Cast of Arcane, Power Girls, Hey Arnold, Big Trouble in Little China, Naruto will be there. What else do we have? More Power Rangers. Keone Young will be there from a bunch of different things. G.I. Joe, Deadwood. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, friend of the show, Olivia Hack will be there.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome. So much
So
stuff.
since Olivia Hack is going to be there, last time I saw her, she said she loves Hello Kitty. So there will be a certain Deadpool showing up. Hello Kitty pool will be there.
I have a Hello Kitty shirt that I could probably wear with that too.
And just say, when the very first time we ever met her, Bruce was dressed as Aang, and she's the one who suggested we start our Instagram to promote our cosplay stuff. So
how cool!
That.
Full circle. We got to make sure to tell her that and get that on camera. It'd be awesome.
So if let's say if I were to come and maybe bring Shadu, would you guys be okay if I didn't bring Husband Prime?
Absolutely not. He needs to come. No, it's fine. We will be fine without him.
I just know you guys love him more than you love me, so I know that I need to bring him. So we're trying.
I love you guys equally.
We're trying. Shut up! I know you love him more. It's okay. I'm okay with it.
Hey, me and him connect on a different level, on a military level. Okay.
If we go out, we need to go to Castle.
I'm aware.
Again.
Trying to think who else will be there.
It's too many people for us to talk about.
Real quick, speaking of LA Comic Con, we usually see our LA Comic Con, but a good friend of the show, Christy Shin, will be there at Fandom Con as well. We've been talking to the promoters of Fandom Con. There's going to be even more guests that they're going to announce, so we're going to hold on to that and let them announce it. But it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a fun show.
Most importantly, there'll be a murder chicken there.
There is going to be a murder, and that's her words. That's the way Amber described it. She was like, "Yeah, my most famous role, the murder chicken."
That's awesome.
Okay, guys, we're almost at 3 hours, so let's go ahead and
we've got one last show that we're going to talk about here, and we are going to be at Fan Expo San Francisco, ladies and gentlemen, November 28th, 29th, and the 30th at the Moscone Center West in San Francisco. Massive amount of guests that are going to be there. It's another big show with all kinds of guests. So we will be in attendance and doing coverage on the show, same way we do LA Comic Con. Trying to just get as much coverage as we can on the awesomeness that is Fan Expo San Francisco.
Sweet. Which one, if I were to choose one, which one would be good? would be better for me.
I
to
would
come
say
to.
probably Fandom Con with us, just because
Oh,
we're going to
okay.
be more involved with that show.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come on stage with us.
Mm-hmm.
Do some
And
interviews.
you'll be in my hometown. I can tell you all the fun stuff.
Okay.
All right, let's
All
get
right,
some.
I just
Let's
wanted
get
to
through some pluggables.
Well, we've
All right.
got merch, and then we've got the
Because we got merch, people.
Merch. We got merch, people. Come get them. Shirts. Let us know. Just DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram. Let us know how many you're looking for, which color you're looking for, what sizes you're looking for. $20, 25 if you got to ship to you. We'll have them at the cons as well. So just find us or message us, and we'll go from there.
That's right. We'll get you all the merch, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, let's talk schedules. Tuesdays, the download from 6:30 to 8:30. We are definitely over today, but we typically will do it on shows that aren't as long. Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8 on YouTube. Hang out with us as I build Lego, and we talk with nerdy friends and nerdy people, because we have all kinds of nerdy fun with all conversations that we have. Our guest this week, just to throw them out there. We don't have a guest. That's right. We're not doing the build this week. We are doing a special episode this week, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be doing Avengers Dismembered. So be on the lookout for that. That is going to be a fun show that we're going to do. We're going to break down all the Easter eggs and all the things
From Marvel Zombies.
And then, of course, Fridays, the buzzer from 6:30 to 8:30. I've got to change it on there. But from 6:30 to 8:30 Pacific time, where knowing the answers is optional. But the wrong ones is mandatory. All right, now let's get to pluggables over here. So let me drop this. Boom. Jen, give us all your pluggables, please.
I'm on Distance Nerding.
Boom.
And I have a channel. It's called Fray Girl, and you can find me at all my socials: Fray Comics, Got the Moracle, Fray Girl, Gal the Corgi, whatever you want to look.
What's the main?
I'm everywhere.
What's your main?
My main one is Fray Comics on Instagram. That's usually where I am. But you can find me in several places.
There you go.
All right. DeLongs, give us all of your pluggables, please.
Well, of course, you guys can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube, where, please, you guys, we need to get to 200 so we can give stuff away. We know you want that. And this week, so tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to go live at 5:30 and interviewing Frankenpine and learning about how he makes his latex masks and other props and things for horror movies. And Jeff will be working on Doofenshmirtz at the same time.
Wow.
And then our upcoming show that we will be at next will be Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento at the Scottish Rite Center, 18th and 19th.
There you go.
Awesome.
Woohoo.
James, any pluggables?
Nope. Everything's at Distance Nerding. We're going to keep posting. You all took a bunch of posts or a bunch of pics at LA Comic Con. So just follow us at Distance Nerding on Instagram. We're going to keep posting, and always subscribe on YouTube at Distance Nerding.
That's right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support the show, the best way to support the show is to head over to distancenerding.com. Hit that big blue button at the top up there, and you can buy us a taco. That's right. Join the taco party. Join the taco party, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best way to support the show. It is the best way to make it so we can do more shows, we can do more events, we can give away better prizes, everything out there. It is a way that we can continue trying to entertain you guys the best way we can. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have already hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Again, we still haven't booked in a day for us to give away the prizes. I have the prizes. Just have to book the day. So be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. We will be booking that day. We will be promoting like crazy because I want to give you all the stuff, guys. And remember, there are people who get extra chances because they helped us promote. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like us, if you have something you want to discuss, tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us on all the social media places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. That's right. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels, the beard, John Mez's glasses. When they judge you and everything that you do, will do for money because he does weird stuff for money. All at Distance Nerding. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like us to send us an email and you would like us to read that email on the show, you can send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com, and we will read that live on air. We want to hear what you guys think. We want to hear your thoughts on the show and what you want us to discuss. If you have an idea of what you want us to talk about, let us know. So that is it from us. James, take us home.
Also, I'm calling myself out. Phil was right. G.R. Robot's not coming back in Peacemaker Season 2. It just got lumped in there with all the Peacemaker Season 2 news. But he is going to make a live action thing, and it's not going to be in Peacemaker Season 2. I feel like it's a missed opportunity, but here we are.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
Well, since the DeLongs are already on the channel right now, we're just going to say it out loud. Bruce, it's time to go to bed.
Bruce.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep,
That's like an hour and a half ago.
Bruce.
Okay.
Bruce is
Hopefully
so
Not
sleepy.
awake and
He
watch-
should have been in bed like an hour ago.
That's right.
Hour and a half.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. We will see everybody on Thursday for Avengers Dismembered. As always, like James just said, say it one more time, James, so I can close it out.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Distance nerding.
Bye.